Yes, people, evening. How we doing? 12th man's back. The show's back. The Arsenal roundabout is back. And this one, I think, will probably get a little bit heated. We've got Brandon on the show. We've got Matty on the show. We have got Lee Gunner, Igal, and Kenny that are going to jump on as well. They're just running a little bit late after the Liverpool Forest game. So whilst they join us, let's do what we need to do with our sponsors. Please get yourself in for this one. This week, there's a great chance for you to win. A chance for you to go to the football, 99p, FTM 10. Make sure you are there. Make sure you click on the link in the description. You can win a £500 football match day experience of your choice. So please get in this to win it. They've been amazing for us. Please make sure you show them some love. Make sure you're following them on Instagram and all socials, Reality Raffles, because if you're not into football, which most of you will be watching this, but if you know people that aren't, they do great concert and music opportunities as well for you. So if you need tickets to a gig, really, Reality Raffles is where you need to be. If you use the code FTM, you'll get 10% off, but it is only 99p for a raffle ticket. So please make sure that you get in. There's instant win opportunities as well. And they're doing something which is a website credit. So you can get £100 worth of website credits to give you an opportunity to go in for any sort of prize that you wish for. So please make sure that you are showing them some love. The other thing we need you to do is click on the barcode, scan the QR code, I should say, not the barcode, on screen, and make sure you're getting a ticket for the Hippodrome Casino, where we will be live doing a show, and you will get to meet and greet us all, and it will be fantastic to meet you guys. It really will. So please make sure that you are coming down to say hello. Myself will be there. Lee Judges will be there. There'll be Don, D, Deji, Lawless, and of course Sophie Nicolau from the Highbury squad. There'll be some special guests as well, some great prizes on offer. So please make sure that you do get involved with that and come and say hello to us. It would be great to see you. Okay, let's welcome Kenny Ken. How are you, my friend?
How are you? I was just on Chris Callin's podcast yesterday, just now, and it kind of overrun because he was having technical issues. But I'm glad I'm on. I really enjoy my Tuesdays. I'm with very esteemed company with Matt, with Brandon. For the first time, as a podcast, we're all in agreement on the position of the manager. Normally, we have Igal here and another.
Well, Igal and Lee will be with us, Kenny, so it will get heated, mate. So we'll see how we get on. Look, Igal's going to be very happy because we're signing somebody, and Liverpool have dropped points, and the league title's back on, and it doesn't matter about the trophies because they're only the domestic cups now. I'm talking for Igal. I shouldn't do that. He's not here to defend himself. I'm sure he'll have his say when he comes on. Let's start with you, Brandon. How are things for you as an Arsenal fan right now, my bro?
Not good. Never going to be good, Dan. It's January the 4th, mate. We're out of effectively 2 domestic trophies. We don't look anywhere near like winning the league. I don't care what people say about us only being 6 points off. Yeah, anybody who watched that game tonight cannot tell me that Arsenal are close to winning the league after watching the stinkers that we've dropped in recent performances. Yeah. Phase 5, and this is what we've come to. By the way, anybody who thinks Arsenal will win in the Champions League as well, do yourself a favour. We couldn't win it with Henry, Bergkamp, Fabregas. What makes you think that Odegaard, Havertz, Martinelli? It's not happening, is it, guys? Let's be real. You know? And on this signing, Dan, on this signing, it's a load of rubbish, bro. Yeah? You can't knock the football club, really. Because they've got this fan base on strings, mate. And they know they've got this fan base on strings. Look how easy it is to please this fan base. Yeah? Saka is out injured for the remainder of the season. Gabriel Jesus has just done an ACL and will be out for the remainder of the season. Our captain's underperforming. Our midfield stinks. Our attackers are having 20 plus shots on goal per game and can only convert one of them. It's January the 14th. We're effectively out of both domestic trophies. We're 6 points off the top of the league and look nowhere near to being able to win that with the way we're performing right now. If we're being real, we have no chance of winning the Champions League. I'm watching Nottingham Forest go level on points with us, playing some high-quality attacking football, going punch for punch with Liverpool, with a manager who's been there for less than 2 years, hasn't got all his players, hasn't spent £700 million, Our manager's coming out in press conferences blaming a football for us losing a game, talking about how much he loves his players, how we didn't need a striker, and I'm supposed to be excited about Zubimendi in the summer. Are you fucking real? I'm supposed to be excited for Zubimendi in the summer. By the way, yeah, people who genuinely think that deal's happening, just go and have a look at the tweets. Just go and have a look at what Fabrizio Romano said. In no way, shape, or form is this deal a done deal. Yes, we're negotiating on the players' side. Yes, there is a release clause that Arsenal need to activate. Guess what? It's the same thing that the journalists are telling you right now is the same thing that they told Liverpool fans. Yeah? Guess what? The player turned around and said, no, I ain't leaving. I like it in the Basque region. So let's go through it. Yeah? Why would Zubimendi, for his footballing career, want to reject Liverpool, who win trophies on a regular basis, who are also the second biggest club in this country? Man City, who have been the best team in world football for the past 4 years, okay, not so great this year. Real Madrid, in order to join Arsenal and Super Duper Mick, who win
Easy.
fuck all.
Easy.
Why? Go on,
Easy. You want the answer?
Yeah.
Relationships.
Relationships. Okay, cool. So, whilst I'm on this, again, are we now going to admit then, right? Because Zubimendi's a 6, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So 2 summers ago, Arsenal spent £105 million on Declan Rice. What did we spend £105 million on Declan Rice to do? To come in and be the 6.
No.
So are we now admitting that £105 million for the purpose that we brought Declan Rice in for, which was to play the 6, hasn't actually worked out in our favour? Are we going to admit that?
Are you asking me a question that I can answer, or is it rhetorical?
No, it's a question.
Okay, the simple answer: Jorginho and Partey are leaving. We need to replace them. They're going they're getting ahead of a problem that would be arising in the summer by rectifying it now, by going and getting a player who's a deep line playmaker who can solve that issue. It's not about Declan Rice, Mikel Moreno, Odegaard. It's not about any about that. It's about making sure you have proper cover for players instead of waiting until the summer where you're fucked and you need to go and replace 2 midfielders.
Okay, right, cool. Now let's say the Zubimendi thing's true, yeah? And that's not a bad answer, Miguel. You're right. We do have to replace Partey. We do have to replace Jorginho. Let's say this Zubimendi thing is true. Arsenal are going to go and activate his release clause in the summer. He's going to join us. Is he going to convert one of them 26 shots we had against Man United? One of the 30 shots we had against Fulham? One of the 24 shots we had against Newcastle in the Cup? Is it going to convert one of the 20 chances that we had against Everton? No, he isn't. So, whilst Arsenal fans online think it's a good idea, oh, look at that, Zubimendi in the summer, oh my God, you've just let the club off the fucking hook again. Because they're sat there laughing now, going, guess what? All it took was Zubimendi in the summer and these guys are happy. When in reality, we need players right now and we need goal scorers right now. We have got Saka out injured for the remainder of the season. Gabriel Jesus has just done an ACL in his other knee. Yeah, his career is probably finished. That's 2 knees now that this guy is fucked on. But it's okay, guys. Zubimendi's coming in. Best believe at some point, if Zubimendi signs for Arsenal, at some point this manager will play him at fucking right back. Best believe. But I'm supposed to be happy. Okay, cool. Move on, Dan. Next person.
Miguel, I might as well come to you as soon as you've got a different view on things. Then I'll come to Matty and Kelly because I kind of know where they sit. I was on the stream with you earlier. Big up to George on his for the North London Derby preview. We will get into that a little bit later. What do you make of this Zubimendi thing, man? Like, I personally like this player. I think the signing would be good, but the reason I'm not going to get excited is because it doesn't help me now. Like, we need players in this window, right? And we need forwards in this window. As much as I think it's great to plan ahead, and I'm sure the club will be looking at that. Why are we not planning ahead at November, December time for this window, Miguel? That's what I don't get.
Okay, there is probably definitely an element of We need some positivity amongst the club, and it's been a lot of negativity going on. Let's try to get the fans back on side and release some information that would make them happy. Because obviously they've been working on the Zubimendi deal. They might have some agreements. And for Samuel McBell to say Arsenal landed midfielder at the end of the season, that must mean there's some guarantees or some confirmation in place. With Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano, they're covering their backs, saying, "Oh, not saying as strong language as what Samuel McBell did." Now, I hear everybody. Yes, we still need to improve our attack. We still need to sign somebody this window if we can. We still need to see what we can do this window to further improve the attack. But in no way or form can you guys be upset at Arsenal going out and getting a quality player, improving the midfield, and start trying to scapegoat other players like Declan Rice, like Brendan almost did, or start trying to criticize the team for not having the priorities straight. They clearly do know that they're short on attackers. All the conversations that have been coming out from Arsenal for the last 24 hours since Jesus got injured is that they're going to try to go and get an attacker this window, be it going out and spending massive money on a Sesko or getting a guy like Vlahovic on loan, or even going to the extent of trying to go for Kolomowani, who looks like he's going to be headed to Juventus. So I am not.
This
I am
is the
not
issue, though, don't you think, though, Miguel? Let me just, because you made a great point, right? In the last 24 hours, the club have started making noises about going to get an attacker.
Yeah.
Only since Gabriel Jesus has been injured has this football club made noises about going to get an attacker. So that tells me, and it tells everybody else here, that the football club never planned to do anything in this transfer window. They've been forced into doing so. But we all knew coming into this transfer window, yeah, that we needed an attacker anyway. Regardless of whether Jesus was injured, Saka was injured, it didn't matter. Arsenal needed another attacker anyway. So that tells me that it's only because of injury as to why we're looking to go and get an attacker now. It's not because we genuinely feel like we need one. Our manager has come out in a number of press conferences and said, I don't think we need a striker. So why is it again, Agal, that this football club is waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting until things go wrong and things go tits up before they make moves? Why is it that they're not proactive in the transfer window, right? There's only one transfer window that I can name that Arsenal were proactive in, and that was the transfer window we signed Declan Rice and Kai Havertz. Aside from that, we're reactionary, bro. And you wonder why people get pissed off when we're hearing things like, oh, Zubimendi in the summer. Who gives a shit about the summer? If we're being real and we're acting like a big club here, in truth, right? If things really do go wrong in the next 4 months, in truth, yeah, a big club sacks their manager if things go really wrong. So we shouldn't be planning ahead for shit like that anyway, really.
Okay, so you've just exposed your actual real reason why you're upset. You're upset
Why?
because no. You've just exposed your real reason why you're upset. You're upset that Arteta is already planning for next
This has
season.
nothing to do with
Yes,
Arteta.
it
When have
does.
I mentioned Arteta?
You just did. You just did. Now,
No.
Brendan, you've also said another thing that contradicts yourself within this little conversation in your soliloquy that you just had. You basically stated that why do you care about the summer, but at the same time you're criticizing the club for not being proactive. Well, surely them making getting a deal sorted for the summer is being proactive. So in one breath, you're making fun of them for not being proactive in the January, but then in the other breath, you're insulting them for being proactive in the
Yes,
summer.
but surely the closest transfer window that is available to you, you should be proactive for that one, not looking forward to the next one. Because as I just pointed out, if things really go tits up, a big club should sack their fucking manager, mate. Yeah?
And
That's
you
how
want
it
us to
should be.
Arsenal?
And this isn't even a conversation
Arsenal
about
are not
Arteta.
going
This
to
is about the club,
Arsenal are not going to
right?
sack
This is
Arteta.
about the club having you lot on fucking strings like normal. Oh, Zubimendi, let's all go tweet about Zubimendi.
Bro,
We need a striker,
One
my
second,
bro.
1 second. If fans ran the club, some of you guys would have wanted Arteta sacked before we even got back into a
Too
title race.
fucking right. He should have been sacked at Villarreal.
Yeah,
Let's
you
be
guys.
real.
You're moving mad though, because if you look at where we've gone from since that Villarreal's performance, you can see we've gone
Since
straight
the
to strength.
Villarreal performance, Egal, let me tell you this now. I have just watched Nottingham
One second,
Forest.
one second. Bro,
Shush a
one
minute.
second.
I have just watched
Is it your
Nottingham
time to
Forest
speak,
with a
or
manager who
here?
hasn't had £700 million, hasn't got all his players, and they're playing better football than us, and they're also on the same fucking level amount of points as us in the league. They've won more games than us in the league this season as well. Our manager, phase 5, 5 years in the job, got all his players, spent all this money, and we're still making excuses for this guy. I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, well, he hasn't got the resources." Fuck off.
Okay,
Do me
you
a
want to know
favour.
something? Brandon, I get you're upset. I get your frustration. You think differently from me. But what you got to realize is Liverpool just dropped points today. Arsenal, yes, we can still go and strengthen this January window. It's not over. It's literally 14 days in. The Cronkies have had an emergency meeting, and the fact that injuries has riddled Arsenal over the last couple of weeks has been a major factor in why they've changed their stance on making signings. With Ethan and Jesus getting injured recently, plus Saka already being injured, now they're going into the window to go and strengthen the team because of many different circumstances. One, probably wages. Two, probably they have a lot more of an urgency to do it now with the performances that they've seen as of late. And three, the manager is clearly putting more pressure on them to get some signings done with what he's been saying in the press conference. I know you're frustrated with the manager, you're frustrated with the team performances, but overall, it's not completely bad, because guess what? Some of these situations could lead to the right pressure to get stuff done. And if the right things get done this window, we could honestly still go on to win something. So I'm not sitting here losing my goddamn mind, going crazy, because the same people who are going crazy like you are right now, you read off the season the first time we dropped points. So I don't get why you're so upset. You written off the season 2 months ago, maybe.
Let me bring Matty in,
I
bro.
writ off the season, Miguel, after I see the shambles of our summer transfer window, which is now biting us in the ass. Hence
Guess
why
what?
we're looking to go into
Liverpool are
Zubimendi in the
top of
summer.
Brandon,
Because we didn't do enough in the
once again,
summer.
Brandon,
We
since you
never
like to
do
talk
enough,
over people,
right?
since you like to talk over people, listen to this. Liverpool, who have not signed a single player in the January or in the summer transfer window, are currently top of the Premier League and the Champions League. It's not necessarily always about signings. Sometimes it's
they've
also
got a better manager. They've got a
sometimes
better
it's
manager,
also,
my friend.
1 second. Sometimes it's also about having the right players available for the right times. Liverpool have been relatively lucky with Mo Salah and Van Dijk, two of their best players not being injured, where Arsenal, who two of our best players, who are Odegaard and Saka, constantly being in and out of this side. Also, if you're going to talk about Arsenal's attack being poor, yes, the attack has been poor, but how on earth did Mikel Arteta get 100 goals from these guys, challenging to the final day of the season with Man City, who are notably one of the better attacks in the league? Liverpool already notably one of the better attacks in the league. So you guys need to have some perspective and look at what this man has been able to do with what he's had to his disposal. And you want to throw him out every opportunity you have a chance to throw the manager under the bus. And but at the same time, you want to hold the players accountable when you're mad after a game. Pick one, bro.
Hang on. Why should we be worried about one of our key attacking players being out? Yeah, when we got man like Kai Havertz, we pay. Hang on.
Yeah,
when we got man
they're
like
the
Kai
needle
Havertz,
movers.
hang on. We pay him the big bucks. Yeah, what do we pay him the big bucks for? To score fucking goals. Yeah, this is a signing that you man got behind. You man went, oh, if Arteta wants him, I want him. This is why we're in the problem that we're in now, because every signing this football club makes, oh, if Arteta wants him, I want him. Yeah, this is why we are in the fucking mess we're in now.
You are actually so in your own world, you don't realize what's happening sometimes, because you genuinely believe. You 1 second, stop. Let me respond. You genuinely believe at your heart of hearts that he did not want Alexander Isak. He just ended up saying, "Oh, I'm not going to sign him in that window." You think he's in his heart of hearts he's saying, "Oh, I don't want Sesko." You think he's going out of his way to protect the players because he genuinely doesn't want a striker? How delusional are you or disillusioned are you to think that we are this bad, that we don't want things to improve our team? We clearly want to improve our team. We've clearly spoken to strikers, left wingers, all these other things. And to sit here and constantly say he doesn't want it is a blatant lie, because the manager,
how transfers work, my friend?
is protecting his players. The manager is protecting his team from scrutiny. He's making sure that these guys still have their heads on straight, where you and other people who are heavily criticizing them, deservedly so, you can criticize them, are just berating them and saying, oh, well, he should say the truth. If he sits there and calls out the Cronkies, calls out every single player, you think we're going to get any performances from this team?
Miguel, do you know how transfers work, my friend? Yeah.
You
The
clearly
manager
don't,
says,
so I
hang
can't get
on.
an
The
education from
manager
you.
says, hang on. The manager says, I want a striker, right? So they draw up a list, yeah? Top priority, second priority, third priority, fourth priority. Work your way down the list, my friend, yeah? Nowhere on the list, on Arsenal's list, was Kai Havertz. That was this manager's decision to go and get him, right? We all know that. He come out and said that himself. So when you spend £65 million on Havertz and pay him the big money, you
Scapegoat.
expect results. Cool.
Scapegoat.
Hang on. Having said all of that,
You're
yeah?
scapegoating one
Having
player
said all
and
of
one
that,
signing.
you just said about Isaac. Isaac went to fucking Newcastle for £63 million in the same summer. We
No, it
could
was
have
not
got
the
him.
same summer. It was a summer. It was the summer where Jesus went, and you keep doing this. You keep changing different signing, different windows, making up things to suit your narrative. Get your facts straight. He did not go in the same summer as
Okay,
Havertz.
cool.
He went in the same summer as Jesus. Number one. Number two, Brendan. I get it. You're upset. Everyone's upset. Everyone's not happy. But sometimes you are pointing your finger and pointing at issues that clearly you just want to see things your way, and you don't want to see the actual facts. Yes, Arteta got the best out of what he could do with Havertz and some of these players. I don't generally believe Arteta gets everything he wants, because if he gets everything he wants, he would have got Nico Williams in the summer. If he gets everything he wants, he would have probably got Benjamin Sesko in the summer. If he gets everything he wants, he would have probably got some better midfielders that we wanted when we were in the title run, when we were in the top four race, when we were trying to build the squad. There's been numerous times where Arsenal have wanted a player. Mikel Arteta probably wanted that player also, but we had to settle for something else. I do think there is a list of priorities, but there's also a list of players that they want to bring in this window. And if they can bring in a certain player to improve the squad, but it means they sacrifice another position, sometimes they might have to do that. And I don't think Arsenal have been going out and saying, let's give Mikel Arteta every single thing he wants. And I do think that there's been times where we've been shortchanged. You're telling me he was 100% happy with Raheem Sterling, or was that not a panic buy? You're sitting here and telling me Neto was 100% what we wanted, or was it a panic buy? You're telling me we went out there, the window where we signed Rice and Havertz, and you're telling me, oh yes, he got Havertz for 65 million, but did we not go on and improve? Did we not go on and kick on and score the most goals, get the most points, get one kick away from winning the league? Don't make it out to be like, oh, one signing is what's derailed Arsenal. Kai Havertz is now becoming a scapegoat. He had 2 poor games back to back. Don't sit here and act like every single performance he's had has been terrible. And don't sit here and act like the manager. Don't sit here and act like the manager is not doing doing a really decent job with some of the players he has to his disposal. And to sit here and constantly say, oh, well, he signs the players. Yes, he signs the players, but under certain restrictions, under certain parameters. We wanted Caicedo. We wanted Michaela Mudryk. We ended up getting Trossard and Jorginho. One was better. The other one clearly wasn't. We ended up getting Rice the following summer. And you now, in this same stream, wanted to call out Rice as if he was a bad signing. You know you can sign a player and then start playing them in other positions. We've seen that before. I've seen left wingers be transformed into strikers. I've seen
like we see Thomas Partey playing at right back.
I've seen wing backs turn into some of the best right wingers in the world in Gareth Bale. So don't act like players.
Can I just say,
Don't act like players can't be signed for one position and then be moved to another position and still perform well.
Last point, because Dan wants to move on. I know he does, right? Cry me a river about, he doesn't get everything he wants. Guess what? No manager in football gets everything that they want, mate. It's down to the manager to improve the players. It's down to the manager to get the best out of the players. If you think Mikel Arteta is getting the best out of this squad, okay. Yeah. If you think Mikel Arteta is getting the best out of these players, Martinelli, yeah, who was bagging for fun under Emery, bagging for fun on that first season when we challenged for the league title. Trossard is a shadow of the Trossard that was even at Brighton, let alone Arsenal. Yeah. So name me Please,
You
Egal,
weren't saying
yeah?
that last
Name me
season. You
players.
weren't saying that last
Name me
season.
players that this manager has signed or has inherited that he has improved. Because I could probably name 4 out of an entire 22-man squad, my friend. Yeah, that's what the manager's there to do. It's not about, oh, he didn't get this player. Oh, he didn't get that player. Who cares? Yeah, whatever players he gets, improve them. What does Mikel Marino do, my friend?
Listen, before we answer that,
Go.
before you answer that, because we got to bring the other guys in, man, because we will be here for hours otherwise with you guys. Big up, I love the passion from both of you. 1.5k in here. Big up to Lee Gunner for the raid. I really appreciate that, Guns. You're top man. I really appreciate that. Big up to all of you guys for being here. Before I bring Matty and Kenny in and then let Lee come in, Shaitanya says he sold Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson, Eddie Vieira, Willian, Marquinhos as our attacking options, and only got Jesus and Havertz going into this season. Sackable. Wow. When you put it like that, that is absolutely mad, isn't it? Oh, wow. I think this guy might not like Arteta. Super sticker. Thank you so much for that, bro. I really appreciate that. This coming from Suge. She says, until Zubimendi photos of the club website and the kit, I won't hold my breath. We're just copying Sociedad's midfield 3 from 5 years ago. Think about it. In fact, if Erdegaard's added to that, and Isak does come, we'll have the whole of Real Madrid's Real Sociedad squad of the last 5 years as well. Joshua says 2 weeks in, no players yet. You say they're proactive. Says question mark. What a picture that is, by the way. Is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ten Hag? That is brilliant. More.
Andy's a Spurs fan, which makes it even funnier.
Josh, that is funny, mate. Win the therapy dog. He's in the chat. It says promoting summer signings in January equals club admitting they've written off the season and trying to respond to online backlash. See you next Tuesday at therapy, Egal. Dano says the owners must love fans like Egal. That's what Brandon was saying. The fan base are up like that, even though I do think there are times where Egal does call out the club. Not maybe as much as some of the people on this panel. Nino says Havertz has been shit since he rocked up at Chelsea. Don't get it twisted, Egal. Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. Look, let me touch on a couple of those super chats, Matty, because today ACL injury to Jesus. We have 4 attacking players at the moment to try and pick from a front 3, which is probably the easiest decision Mikel Arteta's got, really. Which one don't you want to play? Which 3 do you want to play? We need a forward, and it doesn't look like anything's happening. There are some loose rumours today. Sesko is mentioned again. Vlahovic mentioned again. We get quite a lot of mentions, that's for sure. Luckily, Marcus Rashford has gone quiet. Thank goodness, because I do not want him. And the Zubimendi thing, I want to get your thoughts on that, because it seems very, very good timing, doesn't it? That in a time where we are on our backsides, Zubimendi will come in the summer, and we've stole him off of Liverpool and Manchester City, and we've done all this, that, and the third. What are you telling me, Matt?
I'm just going to simply make it real easy. Until as the super chat said, until the player is in an Arsenal kit, we have the interview, we have the ticker tape video, we have the training. He's touched grass, all of that stuff. Ain't nobody, just don't even acknowledge those transfer rumors, man. You set yourself up for heartbreak. I mean, how many years ago is Draxler and Benzema supposed to be in this club? What Isak, when Isak was originally before he went to Newcastle, he was supposed to be at London. They spotted his car. He was supposed to be out shopping. How many times have we been through this, y'all? How many times? It's time to. Right now, we need goals. We need goals. Not to set goals for the summer. We need goals going in the back of the net right now. This football club is going backwards. Quick. I sat there today and watched Forest, and I'm here to tell you, Forest ain't going nowhere. Forest ain't going nowhere. They're going to be sitting right there. 1, 2, 3. And let me tell you, I'm looking at this table right now. We're a point behind them. Chelsea's 3 points behind us. Newcastle, 35 points. They can start gaining ground. We got to play these teams. If they don't go out and go get what we need to try to at least keep us in this top 4, Zubimendi definitely won't be coming to Arsenal in the summer, because then we'll be set right back in another rebuild. This is where we at now. This is the critical juncture we at now. I know you think I'm crazy, But I'm telling you now, if we mess around here, they don't go out and get what we need, some goal scoring, and we start dropping points, we're going to be looking at this table, and people will be wondering how these teams either on level, on points, or right near us. And we're going to be looking up at Forest and Liverpool. People can think I'm crazy. Lee, you better tell them I got a real good track record this year. I have a very good track record this year. And I'm telling you all, based off of what I saw this weekend, this team we should be pressing the panic button. Based off of what I saw Sunday. The worst Manchester United team I've seen in the history of me living, walking this earth. The worst. Brother, do you realize this is the worst run of the form that they've ever been on, and they still winning trophies? They're still winning trophies. Bad as they are. They still win FA Cups. They win European Cups. And we still here trying to figure it out 5 years later. 5 years later. And everybody's talking about Zubimendi. What are the links to the primetime striker? Oh, well, Dusan Vlahovic. Let me tell y'all somebody else who nobody's talking about. Let me tell y'all something that the people ain't even talking about. Fellas, I was at lunch today talking to a buddy of mine, and I told him, I said, I got a wild card nobody's even talking about. I said, why you think PSG trying to get players off the payroll? They've got to get everything back in order over there. They're going to start sniffing around. We're going to be competing with a lot of teams this summer in Europe for players. We need to be in the best possible position that we can go out and get a player. We need to be winning things. I listened to an interview today from Sol Campbell. They asked him, they said, do you regret going to Tottenham? And I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, I made a decision based off of I wanted to win things. What do you think William Saliba's going to do this summer? He's going to have a long, hard, if we don't win something, because you can look at the players' faces this weekend. They're tired of going through that. They're tired of going through that, looking like fools for everybody to see. Well, we should be moving up. We should have brushed that United team aside this weekend. And then let's go to that Carling Cup last week. That was the most opportunity we had to win something this year. Was sitting right there because we were in the semifinal. It's hard to get to the semifinal. So once you get to the semifinal, you do that, you get to the cup. It's pretty much the final. It's pretty much it's lock and key. But the football club, and I'm telling you, I know these crunkies better than just by anybody on this panel. They do this kind of stuff. They came out this year. Anybody that's American that's in this panel know what I'm talking about. They came out this year when the Rams were on a rough streak. You start hearing these rumors about you got to get rid of Sean McVay. All of a sudden they start winning. Now everybody's jumping up and down because they won Monday night. And now everybody's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then you come to Arsenal and all you hear is crickets. You hear crickets. Josh is only coming over here just to make it look like he's doing something. Because if he was going to come, and if Josh was going to be the man that's going to look around and want to make sure everything is in order, he would have came over here in August. He would have looked and said, you know what, I think we're a little short. If he was paying attention to this football club, like he paid attention to the Rams, the Avalanche, the Rapids, well, never mind, he hadn't paid attention to the Rapids in years. You pay attention to these other teams, you look over and you say, you know what, we only got 22 players. We finished second twice. I think if we get, a striker, one or two strikers, I think we could probably really challenge for the title. And then now we're sitting here with players hurt. Whether I like the player, whether I don't like the player, whatever, the player is out for the year. He's out for the foreseeable future. We've got two attacking players that's out for the foreseeable future. We got to get our house in order, y'all. Because this season,
Inury, by the way. Inury's out for a few weeks.
Inury's out. I forgot about Inury. He's out for a while. We've got some major problems going forward. This is why that game tomorrow is critical. The manager's got to nail that because that game is up for grabs tomorrow. It won't be under him if he don't win that game. If he don't beat Spurs tomorrow, then you're gonna have some folks that's Arteta in starting to look sideways. Really starting to look sideways. You heard the rumbles this weekend. We all heard it. We heard bust ups. We heard about the bust ups. We've seen podcasts where people are starting to turn. I've got friends here in America that's here in Georgia. That's friends of mine. That's Arteta. They starting to turn. They starting to go, man, I think you might be right. I said, I've been trying to tell you. We got to start getting our house in order, y'all. Everybody's worried about the summer. I'm worried about right now. I'm worried about this week, next week. We got, and I'm going to wind up there. We got Spurs, we got Aston Villa, and I keep telling everybody, and Kenny will know what I'm talking about. Look to March. Look to February and March. That's the death walk for Arsenal. We've got to go through that. We got to go through that gauntlet through February and March. And if we don't have what we need, it's going to be real rough around here. I'm done.
No, listen, I think you spoke a lot of facts then, my bro. I'm with you a lot. And I say, I'm like, me and Kenny been at the games. We've seen people like in the concourse, bloody arguing, shouting at each other, squaring up to each other. Bro, I'll tell you this now. It ain't good, man. It ain't good. I remember that in the Wenger days. And do you know what annoys me actually is people are like, nah, you're lying. You're lying. What would I lie about that? What would I lie about people having arguments and squaring up to people in toilets and after the ground having to go, Russ, you know Russ Lee, and you know Russ Kenny. It was like block 4, people were like having punch ups and stuff. And I'm like, are we back here again now? Like, real talk, are we back here again? It's crazy. Kenny, talk to me, man. How you feeling right now?
The fact is that I'm a very mischievous person. And I'm going to come up some mischief. Unfortunately, Igal's going to be he's going to be my muse for my mischief. Igal, we didn't see you last week after we lost against Newcastle, but Liverpool through and Nottingham Forest, and you're here. How extraordinary! Anyway, back to the football anyway, and back to the real talk anyway. But I muted myself because I was so excited.
Gal was genuinely busy last week. I've got to stick up for him.
I know. I texted Gal happy, but Gal knows I wind him up. He knows I love him, but I can't help it. But on a serious level, there's a lot of things that Gal came up with. Some I agreed with, but one thing I would say, regarding Zubimendi, I'll start on the Zubimendi signing. What is he coming or isn't he coming? But the way the club's playing at the moment, the bad results. We're out of, let's face it, we're out of 2 cups. We've got the North London derby. Morale's very low at the football club. There's a lot of infighting amongst fans. I think it was a great pitch by the club to actually announce the signing that may happen. But one thing this signing tells me, it's a very poor indictment on his signing Declan Rice. I know a lot of people say that Declan Rice is like he's the missing link and he's the upgrade on Thomas Partey. Well, let's get this right. You're signing a number. You've got a number 6 at the club that, for me, is the first choice in that position. And then you're signing another number 6. Why are you signing, or why are we talking about Zubimendi when we got £105 million Declan Rice? Yeah, everyone says he's a number 6. What's going on there? Surely if Declan Rice was a number 6, we wouldn't need Zubimendi. I find it quite extraordinary. I really find, all right, Zubimendi is going to replace Thomas Partey, he's going to replace Jorginho, but you sign a number 6, a proper number 6, when you've got £105 million player who a lot of people said is not a number 8, he's a number 6. So what's going on here with the recruitment? I'm pretty confused by that signing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I agree with it because I don't think Declan Rice is a number 6. But in terms of like how things are at the moment, morale's really low. It's low for a lot of reasons. Our best player's out with injury. Another player's gone down with injury in terms of Jesus, who was a goal threat when he came into a bit of a purple patch. We've got a serious problem with Kai Havertz, where he's dividing opinion. It's not just like, like the Newcastle game and like the Man United game. There was Brighton as well. There was Brentford as well, where he didn't play well. Yes, I know Mikel refers to the goal he scored against, Ipswich, and that's fantastic. But it's his overall performances, and I think a lot of that occurred when Jesus came into this bit of a purple patch, and you had to play Jesus up top. But when you play Kai Havertz, when people say that Kai Havertz is tactically important, it's it's form like this which makes me believe that Kai Havertz isn't tactically important. He's tactically disruptive. So the criticism against him is really fair. All right, people, low lives and vermin, lowest of the low, failed human beings, said some filth that I don't want to repeat to his missus. But the fact is that you take away all the vermin. Let's just talk about his performances. Let's talk about second season, where short term last season he was very effective, but in a second season when you need to justify your price tag, he isn't doing it again. He's not playing well with Gal. He's completely off form. He's not scoring, putting the chances away that he was doing last season. In the midfield, he hardly gives us anything. He gives us work rate, but what we need from him is quality. And we're not getting enough of that this season. Hence the fact there's a lot of anger. My point with Declan Rice, it's not personal. It's not personal. It's just that I don't see Declan Rice as a number 6. And trying to play him at number 8 creates a conundrum in what I call a lopsided midfield, where tactically both of them are disruptive. These are footballing reasons. It's not personal. I want the best for the club. And I see these two signings in the second season, they're not working out. They're not playing well. Now, Declan might make an injury, but Declan isn't playing well enough to justify the £105 million price tag. And tactically, he's disruptive as well. And then you've got Martin Odegaard, who's come back from injury. He's only had one good game ago, West Ham. Apart from that, he's not creating anything. I'm not a stats man, but what the statisticians have told me, that he's only created 2 chances in the whole calendar year of 2024. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's not good form. It's not good form. And then we have another situation where our forward defence is fallible. They're not keeping the clean sheets they were last season. So there is genuine concerns, and we're running out and empty. One of the things I mentioned on the show that you were involved in, I talked about the expanding Champions League, the fact that we're playing a game every 2 and 3 days, and we're playing games with intensity, and that we need to rotate, and we haven't rotated. Because we haven't rotated, that has led to injuries. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be, a doctor or a medic to know overexertion, no rest, getting in the red zones will lead to injuries. So there's a whole wealth of problems where normally if Liverpool draw against Nottingham Forest, we're on a high. We don't feel it. We feel that the league title's gone. We're out of every competition. The pessimism is justified basically on performances. It's nothing against whether we like Mikel or not. We go on the evidence. Forget about your opinions. Facts. The evidence is the football match, the 90 minutes, the performances and the results. That's all we care about on this panel. Yes, whether Mikel's done a job or not, that's fine. But one thing I will say about Mikel, you say that it's a bit of a coincidence that Edu's gone, Vinay's gone. So if those guys are gone, right, the manager's got virtually overall control over footballing matters at the club, right or wrong. That's a fact, which means when things go well, he shouldn't just take all the credit and everyone's saying, oh, we scored 91 goals. That's all on Mikel. We kept clean sheets. That's all on Mikel. This guy played well. That's all on Mikel. This guy looks good as a right back. That's all on Mikel. But when results are at their lowest, the performances are at their lowest, we've got an injury problem, which I feel is of his making. He's not accountable. I'm sorry, but when you get complete control of a football club and footballing managers, you're accountable. And the last manager who had all of that power, Rafa Benitez, fell on his sword. And I tell you right now, when you talk about Kai Havertz and you put him up, elevate his performances, I'll tell you one thing. Kai Havertz is our Aquilani. Remember Aquilani? What Havertz with Rafa at Liverpool? He cost Rafa his job. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The Kai Havertz sword is going to be the one that will finish Mikel if he doesn't improve. I'll tell you one thing. You've got a player in and you've tried him in every position and it isn't working out.
Facts,
Hey, Dan, I'm going to throw this your way. 49 shots in the last 2 games. 10 on target. 1 goal.
I think we might need a striker, mate. Do you know what I mean? Jeez, that is just embarrassing. I'm sorry. And we're playing teams that are absolutely like, it's not like we're playing Real Madrid or City or even Liverpool, whatever it is it? Let's just be real. Look, Lee, you've listened to quite a lot, man. A lot of people want to hear from you. And I want to get your thoughts on the situation in the transfer window, the Zubimendi links. And if you think Kai Havertz has been treated unfairly by the fan base, like some are now saying, in terms of scapegoat, and he's done well and he's been a good signing, and we're now harsh on him after one bad game. If I'm honest, I think it's been more than one bad game, but that's the narrative. So, sorry, man, I'm throwing a lot at you there, but go for it, bro.
No, don't worry. Bless up for having me on. Big up the panel. Big up the chat.
Come on, bro.
Come on, get down to 31. You know, just touching 31K. So make sure you sub to Dan.
Only 42 subs to go. Come on,
42 people sub to Dan right now. Make sure you smash the like button as well. Right, first and foremost, Liverpool didn't drop 2 points tonight. They went an extra point clear. They're 7 points clear. They've played 20 games. They're 7 points ahead of us. We've played 20 games. So they actually gained a point tonight. Yeah. Yes, in terms of, yes, they didn't win the game. So 2 points dropped in terms of the individual game. In terms of the league table, they actually went another point clear because that was their game in hand. Yeah, so let's see what we do. Yeah, and we know that when Arsenal see Liverpool drop points, which they've done in multiple games in the last 7 games, 8 games, we've not closed the gap at all. Yeah, we've got the same amount of points since game week 13 as Liverpool. Yeah, it's now 20 games in, 7 games. Go and check the results. We ain't closed the gap. On Zubimendi, absolute waffle. Absolute nonsense. Yeah, David Ornstein told us of this about Caicedo, by the way. David Ornstein had an absolute shocker all summer. How many things did he get wrong all summer? Not just for Arsenal, by the way. Yeah, but for multiple other clubs. He said we weren't signing anybody. Yeah, on deadline day, he tweeted out. He's deleted his tweets. He's a snide. Yeah, biggest brown envelope in the game. Yeah, that guy gets so much stuff wrong. It is crazy. Yeah, but because he speaks very eloquently, yes, and says about the word in the industry. Yeah, and he's also, by the way, muddied the whole rumor. So whether you believe, if you believe the Zubimendi thing, you'll believe the Vlahovic thing he said on NBC about an hour ago. Yeah, we're not in for Vlahovic. Yeah, he said it on NBC tonight. So if you believe the Zubimendi deal, then you'll believe that as well, innit? Yeah, you can't have it both ways, lads. Right? Zubimendi is not coming to Arsenal. If he does, I will eat my hat. Yeah, I might need to wear a hat because I'm going bald watching this football club. Like, real talk. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, this story has come out. Yeah, Fabrizio put it out as well. And Fabrizio's had an absolute stinker all summer as well. That guy told us that Reece Nelson was going to Ipswich. Yeah, only for 4 minutes later to say it's broken down and here we go to Fulham. Yeah, get out of it, man. These men chat crap. Yeah, stop listening to any transfer rumour. Yeah, the fact is, we nosed up our transfer window in the summer. And from what Agal was saying about, oh, he's wanted a striker. Well, let me give you some facts, because you like facts, Agal. You were saying facts a minute ago, yeah? You like facts. Cool. Well, this is from The Athletic, yeah? The Athletic. Arsenal, Athletic wrote this article recently, yeah? You know which article I'm talking about? The one where it had our whole team of all the players that he signed in each positions, yeah? You know which article I mean, yeah? Cool. He spent £140 million, sterling, not Raheem, £140 million in 5 years, 11 transfer windows on forwards. One of them, in fact, 2 of them, actually one of them I'm not going to count, 29, because he brought him in as a midfielder. He then sat in a press conference with his smug little grin on his face, telling us we have to wait 55 games to judge him. Well, he's now played nearly 80, and I'm judging him. He's shit. Yeah, he's crap. Yeah, where was this for Nicolas Pepe? Where was this for Jadon Sancho at Man United when everyone was taking the piss out of him? Yeah, where was this for Rasmus Højlund now? Where was this for all these other players? Oh, protect him, protect him, protect him. You man are all sitting there gassing up Sancho being a flop and all these other players being a flop. Yeah, this guy is a flop. This guy was playing right wing the other day when we had the dwarf up front who's now done another ACL. Yeah, against Newcastle. I know. Let's bring on a 5'9" midget. Yeah, play him up front against 6'4" and 6'7" centre halves and put the German giraffe on the right wing to cross the ball into him. What are we doing here, bruv? I don't need coaching badges to know that ain't going to work. And guess what? It didn't work. We had 34 crosses against Man United the other day. Harry Maguire's big moon head was just nodding them all out, bruv. Light work. Inter Milan game this season. How many crosses do we put in their box? Their back three were just going, cool, you want to keep crossing to dwarfs? Say less. We'll just keep heading them out. This guy has not wanted to buy a striker. Yeah, out of the forwards that he spent on or wasted 140 million quid on, he's absolutely destroyed Gabby Jesus' career. Yeah, and the reason I say that, he rushed that guy back, yeah, when Trossard was firing, when we were 7 points clear, rushed him back from knee surgery, straight into the team. Since then, he's now going to be on his 3rd knee surgery after that one. 4 knee surgeries at Arsenal. That's wild, you know. Yeah, he wasted 50 million on him. He wasted 65 on the German giraffe, who he put in midfield. Yeah, that's not worked. So he's gone and done 38 million euros, 34 million quid or whatever it is, yeah, on Mikel Merino. Does anyone know what he does? The only reason we signed him is his name's Mikel, bruv. Yeah, so that's 100 million quid on number 8s. We should have kept Xhaka. Real talk. And I don't like Xhaka. Should have kept him. Now this story's coming out saying, oh, we're going to go and get Zubimendi in the summer. Zubimendi is going to Barcelona next summer. Nico Williams has never, ever, ever been on Mikel Arteta's list. Stop listening to Ornstein. That guy chats rubbish. Why would Nico Williams be on his list? The guy's the most erratic forward I've ever seen. The guy don't have output. You love output. He's got 1 goal this season. And he plays in a league where they do table tennis matches, back to front, back to end. This guy's got time and space to beat a man and get a ball in. His brother's better than him. I've been telling you all for years. Inaki Williams is clear. We should do with him up front. We could have gone and signed Chris Wood. Yeah, I wanted Chris Wood when Lacazette was here, when he was at Burnley. Yeah, what phase is he in? What phase is Nuno in? All this is nonsense, you know. Yeah, and now I've just seen a clip. I can't play it because Dan will probably get done for copyright. When we beat Sevilla 2-0 away, yeah, in the Champions League. Champions League last season. When we beat them 2-0 away, Martin Keown is interviewing Declan Rice pitchside after the game. Martin Keown said, what's your best position? He said, number 6. So now we're going to go and buy a number 6, apparently. Yeah. So play Declan Rice in number 8. He said, number 8, I don't really feel like I'm good in that position because I go on mazy runs. It's not really something I'm comfortable with. I've got the clip. Him, pitchside on TNT with Keown. So now we're going to go and do a number 6 to replace 105 million quid number 6. Yeah. And now we're going to have to go and put Declan Rice in the number 8, where we've already done 65 on a clown and 38 on some geezer that's called Mikel. What a waste of 250 million quid if we buy Zubimendi. Because all of that has been a complete sham. Our forwards, 140 million.
You can add another 38 to Fabio Vieira guns as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, if you talk about forwards, Willian, fair play to Willian. He knew what time this guy was on and bounced before the end of the contract. Said, see you later. This guy's a waffler, and left. Yeah, we didn't even qualify for the Champions League by the time he'd left. And he told him, we're going to win it by then. Yeah. Marquinhos, we need a right winger. He's just loaned him out again. Not saying he's any good, but why ain't he here? Now, what are we doing here? Trossard's falling off a cliff, like Brandon said. Sterling, are you taking the mick? Is this for real? Bro, I've never seen a more protected manager in nearly 40 years watching football, 38 years watching football. I've never seen a more protected manager. I've never seen a manager get this much money and have no accountability whatsoever. Yeah, then you've got players dropping like flies. Why? Why is Ben White out? Why did he have knee surgery? Oh, he needed knee surgery in the summer. But this manager played him. We're all sitting there bamboozled as to why he fell off a cliff. Why? Because he needed fucking knee surgery. Yeah, he needed knee surgery. Yeah, he's played Declan Rice this season injured with a broken toe. He then sits waffling in press conferences, telling the world, oh, well, we need to manage his minutes. Yeah, because he's been playing with a few niggles. His words, the very next 2 games he played, Newcastle and Brighton or wherever it was, whatever the 2 games before United were. Then the United game, he's on the bench. Make this make sense, bro. Yeah, then Inury and Timber. What did we say, matey? We were sat there the other week saying, yo, this guy is going to get another injury real soon because he rushed him back from an ACL. Why did he get the ACL? Oh, because he got injured and we brought him back out for the second half. Thomas Partey is thrown back on the pitch. We bring Kieran Tierney off the bench the other day. He put in the best cross I've seen all season. Yeah. Where was our forwards? Oh, they were all loitering on the right wing, cuddling each other.
Jesus was injured in the game.
Jesus. Yeah, Jesus injured, sat on the floor, got back up, walking around for 15 minutes looking like he was injured. Yeah, and then tracking back, got injured. And now he's out for the season. Yeah, this is embarrassing, mate. Every time we get a set piece, I see our set piece coach in the technical area. Who even are you, bruv? Does anyone know Man United's set piece coach? Does anyone see him? Does anyone in this chat that supports another club know your set piece coach's name? Calafiori. I told you that guy's a scrub. I told you he's a scrub. I told you Mikel Merino's a scrub. Yeah, you man don't want to listen because you're too busy gassing everything up. Your tweet about Sterling, yeah, he'll have a better loan spell than Sancho. Cool. Let's compare games, goals, and trophies at the end of the season. Yeah, because I know which one I'm taking. I'm taking Jadon Sancho in a heartbeat. Martinelli's fallen off a cliff. Why? Because he kept playing him injured. How many times has this guy got to smack you in the face with a wet fish, yeah, and say to you, yo, here you go. Yeah, you guys are telling us the sky is pink. No, I'm looking at it, bruv. It's jet black right now. You've convinced yourself this guy is going to get us over the line. How? Why? What has convinced you this guy wants a striker, bro? He has not signed a single striker in 5 years. What is convincing you that all of these players are coming to Arsenal? Every transfer window, you guys do this. Every transfer window. Every transfer window, you hype up every player. You don't even watch it. We was on a stream on this channel, yeah? And I said to you, yo, what about this Ilias guy? Yeah, that plays right wing. Yeah, but he's got no GA. No GA, but I guarantee if we were linked to him, like we were linked to Alberto Moliero, that you never heard of, now everyone's talking about, that's a summer move. The guy's not coming to Arsenal, bruv. Ajax are about to sign Raul Moro. I mentioned that guy on the stream. That guy's going to Ajax for 10 million euros, left winger, baller. Why didn't we buy him? Why didn't we go and get Isak when he was available instead of spunking 50 on Jesus? Why didn't we go and get Morgan Rogers for 16 million quid? Why? Yeah, all these players, yeah, that you guys are, he's really good. Oh, he's a good player. Well, we could have bought them all, mate. Yeah, instead, he's bought about $1 billion centre-halves to play left-back, and the best left-back we've got is Kieran Tierney. He's playing Lewis Skelly, who's a number 8 and been number 8 all the way from 5 years old through an academy. He's playing him at left-back. He's playing Thomas Partey, our best DM or best midfielder, at right-back. This is a fucking shit show. If this was any other club, you'd be taking the mick out of it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Zinchenko, the rumor was out the other day about Zinchenko going to Dortmund. I guarantee if he goes to Dortmund, he'll be right in the middle of that pitch playing.
Everybody be looking left back. What made me laugh, Matty, was Inter Milan were interested in him. Simeone and Zaga playing him at left back, mate. Trust me. No chance.
John Duran, yeah? John Duran, we could have signed him for 7 mil. 7 million. We could have signed Morata for 10 mil, and you lot laughed at me. Oh, what do we want Morata for? Well, he's 10 times better than that donkey we have up front. And he's a serial winner. And he's played for the biggest clubs. And he's still cooking, by the way. And he's just won another trophy. How many more times do you have to see and get slapped in the face? It don't take time. There's examples every year of managers winning shit without it taking time. Conceição has just won a trophy in two games against the 2 biggest clubs in Italy, or 2 of the 3 biggest clubs in Italy. Yeah, Bruno Lage, do you remember him? He was at Wolves. Do you remember him? Went back to Benfica after they sacked him after he won a league. Hired him again. The fans were in meltdown because they didn't want him. He just beat Sporting in the final the other day. Won another trophy. What phase is he in? He ain't got all of his pieces. Like, how many times do we have to see these examples? What phase is Hansi flicking? He's just walloped Real Madrid in a final the other day. That could have been double digits. What phase is he in? How many players did he get? He's on an injury crisis as well, by the way.
That's the one I wanted, Hansi Flick. That was the one I wanted. But everyone
but this like we're telling us, Dan. What did he do at Germany? Get out of here, man. Sick to death of this crap.
Mate, any single manager that I bring up, I just don't bother anymore because they tell me they're rubbish. So there's no point of asking me that question. Let's do these supers before I come back to you, Gal and Brandon. Zubimendi smells of a PR stunt. I know this because Man United do it. Man United fan, Sam, big up to you, bro. Didn't see that. Didn't look at your picture. Liverpoolian says Arsenal players seem dizzy. Their corner kicks must hurt their heads. Jaden says, I know you worship Arteta, Igal, but he is finished. And then he goes on to say, look, Igal, you know it's over, but you're trying to find ways to defend Arteta because pride stops you from admitting that he was wrong. Look, answer that question, actually, Igal, because I know he's obviously having a dig at you, and I don't like to bring up super chats that do that, but answer that because, is there a side of you that's just like, no, I don't want to say it yet? Or are you genuinely still believing this guy's going to get us across the line with a major?
He literally got us to a kick away from winning the league, so I still believe that we can do it.
Miguel, sorry to cut him, mate. He's won fuck all, yeah, in 5 years, mate. How much longer does this go? 4.5 years without a trophy is taking a piss for a so-called big club that has done 700 M's. We have spent more money, yeah, than Real Madrid have. We have spent more money than Man City have. We have spent more money than any club in world football other than Chelsea and probably Man United. Yeah, since this manager's been here.
That's what happens when you come from when you're building from the ground up. Real Madrid.
Yeah, building from the ground up. Listen, let me stop and I'll shut up and I'll let you go. No, let me finish this. Oh, you're building from the ground up. Bro, he got rid of the team that won the cup inside 6 months. He didn't need time with a proper team.
They were not good enough. You don't give him enough credit for getting a tune out of those shit players.
Oh, really? But then he's bought all the better players, yeah, and he can't get a tune out of them. Fucking make your mind up.
But you call all these players shit, and he's getting us from a kick away from winning a league.
I would take Aubameyang in this team in a heartbeat. This geezer played him left wing back, and Aubameyang's 35, mate.
Whatever you say about Aubameyang.
Oh, and Aubameyang's in a semi-final, by the way.
It's irrelevant. The main point is this manager, who you guys are saying is not good enough, who's saying all these players are not good enough, had us one kick away from winning a league, had us with the most points tally we ever had us with the most goals we ever had in the Premier League. And is all of that stuff fluke, or there must be something there to say or you guys all of a sudden saying, oh, he's just shit because we didn't win the league. Honestly, you need to look at what's happened. We've been able
one trophy out of 20 available. 1 out of 20 available.
Yeah.
What is he doing? What is he doing now, mate? Yeah, because everybody said to
we're
us,
still, bro, we win for Tottenham.
Hang on. Everybody said to us, you included, the reason why Mikel Arteta didn't win the Premier League is because Pep Guardiola's so good. Pep Guardiola has just been on a 1 win in 14 run at Manchester City. Guess what? He's 6 points behind us. 6 points behind us.
Nuno's above us, by the way. Nuno's above us.
Plus on players in this transfer window, yeah, they ain't waiting around. They ain't going, oh, well, we'll get this player for the summer. No.
Market opportunity, Brandon. They seem to find market opportunities.
We've gone 1 win in 14. We're banging money away.
Let's let it go. Let's let it go
because we know that we fucked up.
Hey, what about the kick away from the 4th round of the FA Cup? Because we got kicked out of. What about that? I mean, we talking about kicks away from doing stuff. What about that? We can't even get into the 4th round of the FA Cup over this man. 1 in 20. What was it? 1 in 20? 1 in 18?
20 trophies. Bro, Matty, he's won 2 FA Cup ties since he won the FA Cup 6 FA Cups ago. One of them was against Oxford.
He has won 2. He has won 2 charity shields. Though.
Oh no! I knew you were going
to Gal, let's let Gal finish because we have interrupted a couple of things. So go on, Gal. Go on, bro.
Listen, everything's doom and gloom for you guys. You guys are not going to look at the fact that we're 3rd in the Champions League. We're 2nd in the league. We're still what? If we win our game tomorrow, we're 4. What are we? 4 points off Liverpool. We've made up a 2-point gap this week. I know. We still haven't signed any strikers or any forwards, but all these players who you guys are calling shit, this manager who you guys are calling shit, are shitting on the rest of the league for the last 2 years. Besides the league winners, everybody else can fully see Arsenal are a really good team, but you guys seem to know better than everybody else. Lee, you seem to know better than every single player and every single person at the club, apparently, based on what you're saying. But at the same time, you yourself would say, hey, you didn't think Arteta would even get us into a challenging situation, let alone having 2 seasons back-to-back where we're a kick away from winning the league.
Yeah, well done. And any big club would have sacked him.
No, not
yes,
necessarily.
They would. Yes, they would. Thomas Tuchel won 3 trophies in 14 months. He got 6 finals. They sacked him. He won the biggest trophy. Yeah. Real Madrid sack managers when they win shit. Bayern Munich sack managers when they win shit.
If you still believe in the team and what and the direction and trajectory you're going in, you're not going to sack somebody just for the sake of it.
No, because the whole thing's a facade, Miguel, and this is the point. Yeah, dogs, murals of the set piece coach, murals of 29 and his dog. Yeah, what is this fetish with dogs at this club? Alexis Sanchez banner back in the day.
You're talking about irrelevant things that don't matter.
No, they're not irrelevant because subconscious becomes conscious. You walk under that bridge and you see that set piece. Yeah, and when you're walking around, you're seeing all these paintings of all these people and Josh Kronk. Subconscious becomes conscious again. Trust the process. What does that even mean, bruv?
Trust the process means trust in the manager, in the owner.
Okay, cool. Tell me what the process is. Please tell me what the process is.
The process is
consider trusting in it.
Continuing
to bamboozle and rip people off, mate.
The process was to build the team from the defense up. That's really what Arteta and the club have done.
How do you know that? Because they ain't told us that. How do you know that?
Because of the way that we've done our signings. You look at
no. Sorry. Hold up. You said that I said, what is trust? What does that mean? You never knew that. When he got the job, it was a youth project. Yeah,
No,
it was a youth project. Yes, it was.
Originally, it was Win Now. We had a lot of Win Now players. We didn't have youth players at the
What
time.
are you talking about? It was Project Youth.
No, we had a
I like that,
bandwagon
though.
that.
I like that, though, because
Project
the
Youth
gal just
started.
said,
Project
Gal,
Youth
you just
started.
said, you just
Project
said
Youth
that the
started.
process is to build the squad from the defence up. Guess what? Our manager's still building the fucking defence now. Hence why he signed Calafiori in the summer. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're what,
because he
5 years
didn't-
into
because
this,
he-
and we're still building the
One
defence.
second. When you guys love to do this, you say these players are not good enough. When the manager addresses an issue that he's saying the left back is not good enough and tries to get another left back, all of a sudden
And
you're
it's still
saying,
not good enough.
Sure. So then we should go and invest again in the left back.
Okay, perfect. Stop right there. So if the left back ain't good enough, we're going to get another one. If he ain't good enough, we're going to get another one. Why is that different with a manager then? Well, exactly. Thank you.
I don't think the manager is the issue in this situation.
Well, he is because he can't get over the line, Miguel. If a player's not good enough, we get rid of
The
them.
reason why we are even in the title race.
Miguel, Wenger finished second.
Why can't you see that Lee?
Wenger's last 5 years are better than this guy's first 5.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not. It's facts, and it's not irrelevant.
Statistically, Liga and no Arsenal team has finished with more points or more goals than this team.
Well done. What did they win? You sounded like a Spurs fan. Yeah, we're the red Spurs, mate. We're morphing into Spurs. It's embarrassing. No, it's embarrassing. If you get a player and he ain't good enough,
Invincibles actually got more points than last year. By the way, they got.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And which one would you rather have, the Invincible team or that crap we've been watching this season and last season?
Obviously,
last season,
you don't give a shit what happens as long as you win. Lee, we could
that's the aim of the game.
75 points. If we win the league, you don't give a shit. The reality of the situation is, I think you guys just want to paint everything with a negative brush. First, you got Pat coming out here saying 100% we're not signing Zubimendi. Saying we're not signing Zubimendi.
We're not.
You guys on this stream calling Declan Rice a bum, calling Arteta a bum, the same guy who you're saying.
No, I haven't called Declan Rice.
I've never called him a bum either.
No, you guys are clearly saying he's not good enough to play.
I never said that.
We are confused. Let me answer that, Igal. Let me answer that, Igal.
Why is it every time I say a sentence, you guys all want to interrupt and jump in? Is this a
because you must construe everything that we say, Igal.
No, but you guys are so left.
When did I say Declan Rice was a scrub? When did I say that?
Not one of us has said that. What we're saying is,
okay, so you said all of you guys. No, that's Kenny Ken said it.
It's bad signs when your football club is going out and looking to buy another number 6 when we already have invested in one for £155 million. How's that saying Declan Rice is a bum?
You're actually missing everything that I just said to you earlier. Declan Rice has nothing to do with Jorginho and Partey leaving. If we don't sign another 6, you're gonna say we're short a defense. We're short because Partey and Jorginho left and we didn't address it. Brendan,
it sounds like piss poor management and recruitment.
Everyone, please stop. Why do we keep going over the same nonsense takes every 2 seconds?
Because you divert and deflect everything.
Can we finish one topic first? Why do you keep going back to Declan Rice?
You brought him up.
Zubimendi. No, you did originally. You guys.
I never mentioned.
You just brought him up again.
Because you called him a bum. Because
we didn't call him a bum. We just said, look at the football club. They are going out and spending big money on another number 6. Why would they need to spend big money on another number 6 when we've already got one there for £105 million investment, mate?
Because Partey and Jorginho are leaving.
Listen to what we're saying.
You listen to what I'm saying. Partey and Jorginho are leaving. You have to get other quality midfielders in.
Let me just explain it. Let me just quickly explain.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
We've all missed what we're saying.
Dan,
hey,
what are we
just quickly. No, just quickly. I think what we've done is we've all misunderstood what we're saying. Kenny brought up his argument, which he believes Declan Rice is not a 6, he's an 8, right? That then threw confusion to yourself, Igal, by him believing that he's calling him a butt, that everybody was calling him a bum. I think Declan Rice is one of our best players. Last season was our player of the season in the 6, not in the 8. Me and Kenny go back and forth about this, and that's on me and Kenny. Lee agrees, thinks he's a 6. Obviously, Brandon's got confused by the Zubimendi signing, thinking, why are we bringing in another 6 if where does that leave Declan Rice? That's what's happened here. I actually agree with you on this, Igal, and I'm happy for Zubimendi and Rice to both be at the club if he comes, because a lot of people say he might not. And I think if we do have them and we play him in a double pivot or we want to play one or the other, I don't actually care about strength in depth, right? So that's confusing. What I would like to ask you, though, Igal, right, is serious question here about Mikel Arteta. You say that you've got faith in us winning. What is the evidence that you've seen in front of you this season to believe that we can win either a Champions League or a Premier League? That's all I want to know. I don't want to care about tactics or positions or formations. I just want you to prove to me why, try and convince me why I should be confident that we're going to win one of those two trophies. That's what I'd love to know.
Arsenal this season have not had Martin Odegaard at times, not had a lot of different injured players throughout the season. And Mikel Arteta has been able to weather the storm, still have Arsenal currently 4 points behind a Liverpool team who all of you guys admit
7 points, same games played.
Okay, 7 points, same game played.
Third in the league, 1 point behind Forest.
All right. So Lee, I had the respect to not speak when you're
No, but I'm giving you facts because you're lying.
Okay, I'm not lying. If I
Well,
said
you
actually listen to what I said before you interjected, I was going to get to the point where if we win our game tomorrow,
but as it stands factually, we're 7 points behind same games played.
You do realize the point of the show is to have rebuttals, and if you're not,
I do realize the point of coming on here is to actually speak factual information again.
Lee, if you're not going to let the person rebuttal,
if we aren't had balls, should be me uncle, mate. What are we doing here? We're 7 points behind, same games played.
Bro, 5 of you guys have different opinion of me, and I'm just trying to give you my opinion without getting interjected every 2 seconds.
Go on, we want to
go on.
Keep interrupting every 2 seconds. My main point is, he asked me what makes me still believe in this manager and this team that we can do something. First of all, when I look at Arsenal, I see what we've been able to do with the team underperforming. Imagine if some of these players just get back into form, number one. Number two, with the injuries that we've had and how all the different adversity we faced this season, to still have us in a situation where we're currently 4 points off top, where we've had Saka out for extended period, had Odegaard out for missing periods. We've had numerous defenders out where we've had to chop and change the whole team, never had a consistent 11 for a long period. It makes me believe that this manager has been doing a wonderful job. And you guys are going to now start going crazy because I'm saying, oh my God, Arteta's doing a good job. Yes, he has. With attackers you don't rate, with the midfield that's being chopped and changed, defense is being chopped and changed, injuries happen consistently. We faced the most adversity over the last 3 seasons since we've been in this title race, and we're still in the mix right now. Yes, Man City have been struggling. Yes, other teams have been struggling, but Arsenal are still up there in the top of the Premier League right now and up there in the top of the Champions League. So I am not disillusioned and completely lost and saying everything is doom and gloom now because of the fact that we got knocked out of the cup. Maybe we can go and get his January transfer and get and improve our attack, and maybe that can kickstart our attack where we second half of the season we go on a run. We have a more favorable end to the season than Liverpool. We just seen Liverpool drop points today to Nottingham Forest. These guys are not Man City. They're not invincible. They're not the team with Mo Salah, Mane, and them guys back in the day. Their attack has weaknesses also. So why do you guys think we're the only team that have problems and you don't look at anybody else's problems? What I find from this panel specifically, from all of you guys, from Kenny, Ken, Matt, even you, Dan, that you guys all magnify our issues and you belittle and put down everybody else's issues to a point where it's almost like it's a non-conversation. Everything's perfect over there and everything is terrible over here. Oh, we can't get a signing done. Zubimendi is never going to come. I guarantee you that Zinchenko is going to go over there and play better over there and win trophies. Why does everything have to be so hot and cold? Why can't you guys, at least I acknowledge Arteta makes mistakes. At least I acknowledge some of the things you guys are saying. It's almost as if you guys throw every positive out the window, every little sign that things are good, and you only talk about the negatives. Why are we sitting here talking about Declan Rice being signed for 100 million and putting down a potential good signing of 55 million for a summer transfer window? Why are we complaining about Arsenal being proactive for the summer? Yes, it's negative because we haven't made a signing in this January. But guess what? We could still go and make a January signing, and it doesn't negatively impact the Zubimendi deal. And if we do go sign in Zubimendi, I want to see Lee Gunner on a stream eating his hat.
Why don't we buy him now?
Because it's a release clause. It gets triggered.
Yeah, it's a release clause, so it's active at any point.
No, because they want to put the wages at the end of the season. They probably.
Go on, mate.
Listen, Thomas Partey and Jorginho leaving, the wages clear up. That's over 350K plus in wages clearing up in the midfield in the summer.
So for the sake of two, like let's say we put him on 200 grand a week. Yeah, let's hypothetically we put Zubimendi on 200 grand a week. 200 grand a week for 6 months is how much money? And we're haggling that for the summer. Do me a favor.
No, but Lee, what are you missing? Thomas Partey and Jorginho leaving in the summer Zubimendi comes
300
in.
odd grand
Well,
a week.
why does everything have to be now? Zubimendi comes
Why
in
have
now.
you got time? What are you waiting for?
1 second. You guys already said Zubimendi is identified as a replacement for Jorginho and Partey. Zubimendi is viewed as a replacement for Jorginho and Partey. Him coming in the summer or him coming in now is the difference between Real Sociedad not having time to get a replacement in the January window.
Boo-hoo. It's none of their business. It's a release clause. They got no say in the matter. We agreed terms. We pay the money to the FA in Spain. They didn't go, oh, by the way, Zubimendi's left. We'll deposit you the money now.
There's things you're going to ask me. I don't have the answers. I'm not in the board. I don't know everything about the club. I will be the first one to tell you. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But when you're asking some of these questions, you're almost asking me questions as if I work for Arsenal and I have insight.
Well, it sounds like you're their lawyer, bruv.
No, but I'm telling you things that are common. You are so angry about the state of Arsenal for 20 years that every little detail that is somewhat negative, you run with it to the point where Lee, you believed a banter post about the documentary was real because you're so disillusioned by everything.
Oh, you can't understand sarcasm. Wow, fucking hell. That's unbelievable. On that bombshell, I'm going to get a beer, lad. So you can't understand sarcasm.
Hey, maybe call me Sheldon Cooper.
Gal, do you think just quickly, Gal, because I want to bring Kenny and Matty in. We've got to close. I want to ask a question on the North London derby as well. Do you think? I was going to ask now. Yeah, do you think that it should be now? Because I think it's a fair. Like you said, why does everything have to be now? I would absolutely appreciate that if we were still at the phase 1 of the project. It's not going to be now, but we're 21 years without a Premier League trophy and over 30 without the other 2 trophies. Yeah, 5 without an FA Cup now as well. We can add, right? So I'd be saying, why not now? Why wait till the summer? Why can't we bring somebody in January? And I know you're not saying we don't need it.
I don't think Arteta's the issue, Dan. If I'm looking at the team and the game,
so who is then? Because do you know now? Admit it's the Cronkies now.
Okay, first thing, the Cronkies. If it's true that these guys are holding back funds from us investing in January, then yes, it's 100% on the Cronkies. And I'll put my hand up for saying the Cronkies were not the issue. But the main reason why I was saying the Cronkies were not the issue is because I think there's too many lawyers and too many people in decision-making areas of the pitch, areas behind the scenes that are. I've been using this term a lot recently, that are very risk adverse and are scared to spend money. They're looking at what we did with Mudryk going to Chelsea for the money that he went to, and Trossard coming to our club, and they're saying, why can't we do more of those deals and do less of the Mudryk deals? Because they're trying to save money everywhere they can. And that, I think, maybe it's coming from the ownership, but I do think it's probably from the decision makers behind the scenes being so scared to making a mistake. Because Arsenal, if we go and make $100 million mistake, or an $80 mistake, or another signing of Kai Havertz money that doesn't perform to that level or even worse, it could negatively impact us and throw our whole project in the bin. So we need to make sure we get our transfers correct, because we don't have the luxury that Man City do, where they have 100 million Jack Grealish and still win trophies. We don't have the luxury where Chelsea go and get Lukaku and bin him off in a year. We don't have the luxury where Manchester United can get a signing wrong and bin it off. Almost Arsenal and Liverpool have to almost get as much transfers right, or else it can put them back. And we've seen it. So you guys know, how many times have we gotten a transfer wrong and it set our whole situation back a couple of years? So we can't do that again, and we need to get it right. So that's why there may be a little bit more risk adverse, and that's why I wouldn't say it's necessarily all on the owners, but at times it's on the decision makers saying, you know what, let's not go and spend 65 million on Isak in 2022. I don't think it's worth it. But looking back at it, it was a dumb decision not to do that.
Absolutely, it was. When I wanted Isak, by the way, when I wanted Isak, I said to my mates, "Oh, we got to go and get him. I think he looks a baller." Do you know what the majority of the replies were? Well, I think we've got Eddie. I think we believe in Eddie. That was what I was told. I think we believe in Eddie. What an absolute joke.
Well, see, the thing about it is that, and we were told for years, is that, oh, well, we got a bill right now. We got to get back into the Champions League so we can get world-class players. That's what we heard.
Who have we signed since that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what we heard. So then, okay, all right, we'll play that game. We get to 20. We get to, was it 20, 21, 22, 23, what was it 22? What year was it? We bought the title.
That's the only one we signed that's half decent. All the others.
So we get to the year where we bought the title, and we're sitting in January, and I'm saying, okay, where's the signings to get us over the line? Because we're in a position to win the title. We were in a bona fide position to win the title. We didn't act in the transfer window. Everybody said, "Oh man, what y'all complaining about?" We needed reinforcements. Jesus was coming off an injury. Trossard was coming in. We needed defense. We just back up for defense. Then Saliba went down. Oh, it's just the year Saliba went down. We went to Saliba going down. We would have done this. Then you get to last year. We're sitting around. Everybody in August was talking about Ivan Toney. We need a striker. We need a striker. Get this person. Bring this person in. Then transfer window closes. No striker. January shows up. No striker. Missed the title by a game or whatever it was. And then now everybody said, "Oh, well, we need a striker. We need a striker." Now we get to where we're in a situation where we need a striker. Everybody's talking about Zubimendi. We need a striker. Everybody to hell with Zubimendi right now. This football club needs a striker. We've got defenders littered up and down 1 through 5, 1 through 6 is our top goal scorers of the year. It's time out for this. Jesus is down. Havertz is out of order. Trossard isn't woke. Martinelli's falling off a cliff. He's out of form. No matter how you all slice this, no matter what Ornstein says in the morning, no matter what Piers Morgan tweets in the middle of the night, we need a striker. And if the money's available to go get a striker, then by God, go get up, cut the check, put the money on the table. Let's see what this manager can do with a player who can come in that's a bona fide striker. Because see what happens then is we have to, if he buys a striker that can't get the job done, now we're looking at you, Mr. Arteta. Because then you can't go back and say, "Oh, the holders didn't do anything." They've given him the money to get what he needs. They've given him $800 million to get what he needs. It's no different than your child getting his money on allowance. He goes to the store, he buys chips, candy, hot dog and fries. Then he comes to you and then he says, "Hey, I want to go buy something else." No, I've given you your allowance. I've given you your money to do what you need to do with it. You've blown it. The man has had the money. The players have been available. Dusan Vlahovic was there. What did Sesko say this summer? "Oh, I don't want to come. I'm going to stay where I'm at." We know he was out there looking for a striker this summer because it was on bona fide word that he was out there looking for him. The man said it himself. "I'm going to stay where I'm at." So we know he was looking. So why didn't he spend the $80 million on Jokeris when he's sitting out there for a release clause? The easiest deal to do. And we wouldn't be in this situation. You wouldn't have put all the miles on soccer. You wouldn't have ran Jesus into the ground. Inury just got his career started. He's struggling already with injury. We got to stop this, y'all. We got to stop this. We keep going all around. The problem is we're not buying the exact what we need. People are getting hyped up on rumors. I don't care about rumors. I don't care. We had enough of that with Benzema, Draxler. You can just go down the list, the laundry list of players from the 2010s that was supposed to be at Arsenal. We're supposed to have a world-class squad at Arsenal right now, based off of the rumors that we heard. If Zubimendi comes, I'm all for it. Cool. But right now is not the time to be talking about Zubimendi. We need to be talking about Golamendi. That's what we need to be talking about. Golamendi. That's who we need to be having there right now. Golamendi. We need somebody that can put the ball in the back of the net. When you are 2 yards from a goal in an FA Cup match, you need to be putting the ball in the back of the net. That's what we need. We need a killer. Even Ian Wright said it. We need killers. We need a goal scorer. All this stuff
You know
we keep
what's
talking
crazy
about.
as well, Matt? You know what's crazy, Matty, right? I was chatting to Turkish about this, right? Well, apparently I've been told on my WhatsApps and my Twitter and my social media that the problem with Arsenal, I've worked out, is that Turkish fella. That's what I've seen today. Oh, my word. What a disgrace. Anyway, we haven't replaced Aubameyang. I don't know who it is. Someone can shout at me names if they want, but we haven't replaced him. I'm still waiting for us to get this replacement for this absolute dog rough Kieran Tierney, who apparently is the worst left back we've ever seen in the history of the club. Even though I still think he's the best one we've got. I'm still trying to work out the internal solutions that Mikel Arteta keeps going on about, because I'm actually getting annoyed with those two words that he's talking about. Because the internal solutions for Odegaard was to play Trossard, who stunk out the joint, and then decide too late that Ethan might have been ready. The internal solution so far for Saka is to play any injury-prone right winger that we've got that keeps getting injured. And then the solution that he had for Saliba was to play Rob Holding, who can't get a game at Crystal Palace. So far, the three best players at the club, or three of the best players at the club that have been injured for a long period of time, he hasn't had any internal solution for. We still don't have cover for Saliba, by the way. We still don't have cover for Odegaard or for Saka, unless you believe Ethan is ready, who I think looks a baller. We still don't have an upgrade or a replacement for Granit Xhaka, and I'm still waiting for one of these 15 left-backs to come good. So when you look at those actual positions that we still need, it ain't just buy a striker and we'll be fine, because people tell me on top of that, we need a left winger as well. So how many players do we
another
need in this?
goalkeeper, Dan, because Neto's on loan.
So he's going back. So there's another goalkeeper we need. How many is that going to be? 9 that he's had in this 5-year period? It's crazy. Look, let me quickly, before I bring Brandon in, Kenny, are we winning this North London derby tomorrow, bro?
Well, we're playing at home, and Spurs have a mental block when they come to us, come to our ground. But the way we're playing with the injuries, and the fact that I'm looking at us in the second half, we really seem to be on our last legs. It's a good opportunity for Spurs to beat us. But one thing we have in our favour, we got the home support, 60,000 fans. Most importantly, as well, they haven't got Van der Ven, they haven't got Romero, they got a makeshift defence, so they got they could find it difficult. However, I always worry about us when we're in the last half an hour when it's still 0-0, and with the way we've been playing, the fact that we run on empty, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw. That's how bad things are at the moment. I don't see any positives. I don't want to look about in the past. We talk about it now. I couldn't care less if Mikel Arteta, what he did last season. The fact is, he didn't get over the line. That's not slagging him off and belittling his performances. If we didn't win nothing, we came very close to winning the league, but we didn't come close enough, and we felt a last hope, and we dropped opportunities to win the league. That's in the past now. Right now, we're a shadow of that team from last season, and the team from the season before. We're a team that's on our knees physically. Too many players are out of form. And if we win tomorrow, we're going to have to grind the result out. We're not going to see fantastic football. It could be a set piece, which we're very good at, or it could be a refereeing decision that might go in our favour, but it won't be beautiful play. I can tell you right now what happened. The first half an hour will be rampant, hopefully get the first goal, and then coming towards the end of the first half, that's when I think Spurs can come into it in the second half. That's where we seem to be running out and empty. Really do. People look at the Man United game and think, right, yeah, there was some sort of improvement, but they were down to 10 men. They gave us some sort of like impetus into the game. We got a penalty that we should have put away. After that, nothing. There were chances, but Man United for me looked comfortable. So right now, if you asked me last season, do I think that Arsenal are going to go and run? I said, yeah, 100%. But right now, I'm not. Injuries, running on empty, and, poor form. So we're just going to, if we win, we're grinding it out tomorrow. I still think a 1-0 Gabriel Magalhaes header. That's the best I can think of, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 1-1.
No, well, that's what I'm going for. I think it will be a stinky 1-1. If I'm honest, I hope we win the game, but I can't see it at the moment. I'm just not confident the way we're playing, man. Brandon, what are you telling me, bruv?
It's difficult to see how we win the game, Dan, to be honest with you. I do echo what Kenny said. If you'd have said this to me last season, I'd probably gone a bit more confident. I'd probably gone, yeah, all right, we'll go and win that game. We're at home. But we've just seen our last two performances at home. 10-man Man United. God knows how many shots. How many did we convert? 1. Again, Newcastle. How many shots, how many opportunities on goal did we have? How many did we convert? 0. And the thing is we've got a front line now of Sterling, Havertz, Martinelli, or Trossard. They're your 4 options. All of them are out of form. None of them are really doing anything. So where's the goals coming from? The only place I can think of Arsenal scoring goals is from set pieces again. And by the way, as well, just to add this to everything, since Gabby Jesus has been at Arsenal, he's scored 26 Premier League goals. 26. Gabriel Magalhaes has scored 20. He's a fucking defender. Tells you everything we need to know about our front line, guys. Yeah?
Oh, that
You
is
can fact check
embarrassing.
that as well if you like it, Gal.
Oh,
No problem. Fact
That's
check it if you
mad.
want. Yeah, but all of
That's
our players
terrible, isn't
in terms of scoring goals, they're out of form. And we know Tottenham are going to come and attack us. We know that Tottenham will be looking at this and licking their lips right now because of how badly out of form we are. And I'm telling you now, this manager wants to hope that we can get a result. Because if he don't get a result, you're going to see more and more people turning their backs on him. And again, if we don't go and beat Aston Villa in our following game and we lose again to our former manager, more and more people are going to start turning their backs on this manager. I'm telling you now.
You know,
It doesn't matter how
Turkish
much.
said today,
Doesn't matter
Brandon, if
how
they lose
much
the
PR
next two,
and bullshit this fucking club wants to come out with about. Oh, Zubimendi in the summer. Yeah, these guys are going to start questioning this manager. I'm telling you
Turkish
now.
said today, Brandon, if he loses the next two, that he would just be, he's got to go. Because I said I'd keep him till May. If he wins me a Champions League and a Premier League, like people told me he's going to, then cool.
Yeah,
If he
Dan,
don't, then I'll get rid. So these two, man,
Maybe
you can't lose
maybe
these
Guys,
not
two
a
games.
girl though, because
guys.
Gal's beyond saving,
No,
bro.
let's
He's part of the defense
not be
league. He's
silly
beyond
though.
saving.
1 second. Let's understand that Zubimendi coming in the summer and this deal, talking about Zubimendi's pre-agreement for the summer means Arteta's staying no matter what.
Are you happy about that, Egal? Are you happy about that?
Yeah, because I see what we're doing this season, and I see we're not that
Can you
far.
tell us what we're doing this season?
Bro, we've been weathering the storm.
Okay, cool. So the storm that he created.
No, he didn't create it.
Yeah, Gav, you sat on this very channel, yeah. And listen, you know I like you, so you sat on this very channel and said if the manager finishes below Arne Slot, sack him. You then changed your mind 6 weeks later,
Yes,
which was
because
recently, and said, let's see what he's done at the end of the season in terms of trophies. Well, he's nosed up one, the FA Cup. He's 2-0 down, yeah, in the other one, the League Cup. We've had one shot on target against Newcastle away in 2 years. By the way, Bromley, yeah, Dan's probably got more people watching live right now than Bromley have fans on match day, managed to score inside 8 minutes at St. James's Park. Yeah, there's no way we're going there and scoring 3 without reply. So he's out of the League Cup as well. So there's 2 cups. So now it's Champions League, league or bust. That's it. So on your own very words out of your own mouth, yeah, if Slot finishes above him, sack. Then you changed it to, well, let's see what he wins. Yeah, and let's keep him. Yeah, if he wins stuff. Well, he's already out of 2 competitions, and now Don, he ain't winning Champions League, mate. So if Slot finishes above him, then on your words, your own very words, even though you changed it 6 weeks later, on your own very words, if you don't win the Champions League or the league, you want him sacked if Slot finishes above him. Come on. What are we doing?
It's not Arteta's fault that we created 49 shots and these guys don't finish it.
Who brought the players?
Listen, these are not the players that he would expect to start week in, week out. There's Bukayo Saka's been injured. Odegaard's been carrying
the starting lineup at the weekend.
Odegaard's been carrying
lineup at the weekend. How many players would he have started that are injured?
He would have started. Let me see.
Saka would have started. Yeah.
Okay.
Who else would have started?
1 second. So
because he benched Thomas
Partey. Really, Brandon, I
benched...
really got to shoot, bro. I really appreciate you coming on, man. Thanks so much, man.
Big up Brandon, man. Big up Brandon. It would have been Partey.
Because he benched Partey at the weekend.
1 second, but that's because Timber's coming back from like an injury or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
No, hold on. The Man United game just gone. He benched Rice and he benched Partey.
Yeah, I think that's to rotate because he has Mikel Moreno and Jorginho.
What is he rotating for? It's a cup game.
No, because we have the Tottenham game in a couple of days, and he views Jorginho and Mikel Moreno as not that much of a drop off.
So again, you're admitting he dismisses the cups. Then is what you're saying?
No, it's not dismissing. I think he played a strong enough.
You play
team.
your best team, Miguel.
Bro,
come on.
He played his first choice back line. He played his first choice center backs and his goalkeeper. Yeah. I think the issues in that game was not the midfield. It was not the defense. I think the main issue was we had 23 shots and we couldn't bury one of them. Havertz, if he even gets one of those chances on, we win the game. If Odegaard makes a penalty, we win that game. How is it on Arteta when Declan Rice
picked the players?
Bro, I get you pick the players, but if you
signed the players?
1 second. You pick the players, you sign the players, but you put them out there, instruct them to do this. They do it up until the final bit. It's not on you.
Okay, cool. So we should have kept Wenger then.
What are we talking about?
Because Giroud was missing sitters against Monaco and other teams. Went on a 4-month goal drought.
Lee, this is what you like to do.
Because you've got to stay consistent, Miguel. Come on, mate.
Lee, you like to have straw man arguments that have nothing to do with the main point to try to win an argument. This is not the main point.
You said you could see what he's doing, and then you said you don't blame the manager.
You sat here and said oh, well, he didn't take the game serious. He played a strong
They
enough
didn't.
team to win the game. What happened is Odegaard missed a penalty. Havertz missed clear-cut chances. Declan Rice missed a one-on-one against the keeper where the keeper had a good save. Also,
It wasn't a
you
one-on-one. Come on, it was a
also, you
snapshot
had-
across goal.
you have Trossard getting his shot blocked on the line. So what can you do when you're the manager? You set up the team well. You even got an advantage from a penalty and a refereeing decision to go your way, and the player still couldn't deliver. It's not on the manager all the time. Sometimes you have to look at it and say, hey, today's on the players.
Yeah, fairs. But who picked the players? Why didn't Declan Rice and Partey start?
Bro,
It's a cup game.
Yeah, guess what? You pick the players, you put the right game plan in, you take them to the watering hole, and they decide to die. It's not your choice.
It's your choice to sign Jorginho and Mikel Merino for 60 million quid combined.
Bro, he initially wanted Caicedo. We couldn't get the Caicedo deal done. Jorginho is a backup. We have Rice, Partey ahead of Jorginho. He's third choice, and you're
Thank
still
you. Third choice midfielder playing in a cup game. Yeah,
because
when we've
we
just
deem
lost
him
a cup
good
game.
enough. Bro, because we deem him good enough to play in these games. One second. Why is it when Arteta uses his squad and he still puts out a decent enough team to go and win the game, you guys, you're doing results-based analysis. That team was good enough to win the game.
It's a results-based business, brother. What are we talking about? Sorry, mate.
Bro,
it's because he
you're
bought the
lying
squad.
to yourself, Lee. Because even if we get the result, you still are sitting here sometimes pouting and angry about the performance.
It's a results. Go on, mate. Go on.
He bought the squad.
Guess what? He put the players out there, instructed them the right way, got everything he needed to get. They couldn't deliver the final third. They did everything until the final third. And you guys are saying he bought the players. I acknowledge he bought the players and he told them what to do and he was getting the best out of them. They just couldn't do that final little piece.
This for 3 years now. This was 3 or 4 years we've been dealing with this manager.
Bro, I know some great people. They've raised some wonderful children, but those children still make mistakes. Sometimes you can get the people, you can instruct them, you can tell them everything to do. When they make mistakes, sometimes not on you.
Igal, do you excuse me, Igal, do you think that if we was to sack Mikel Arteta at the end of the season, although I agree with you, I don't think he is going anywhere because I think our owners are a disgrace, but if he doesn't go anywhere, do you genuinely believe there is nobody out there right now that could do a better job than Mikel Arteta? Because I keep getting this a lot, but I'm not from you, but a lot of people, well, isn't nobody better than him? Well, Lee's already said to you that if there's not a good enough left back, you go and get another one. And let me tell you this: let's go and say, I don't go get Simone Inzaghi. Let me just say that we're going to go and get him, right? Let's imagine Mikel Arteta has decided himself, I'm not good enough. I'm going to go and I'm going to walk, right? Which I would have respect from if he did that, by the way, at the end of the season if we won nothing, but he won't. Simone Inzaghi's walked in. I guarantee you, us, me, Matty, Kenny, and Lee, and yourself will sit on here in 2 years' time. If Simone Inzaghi's won nothing at Arsenal, I'll be having the exact same conversation. But where will you be then, Igal? Will you be on the, well, we shouldn't have sacked Mikel? Or will you say, no, I think Simone Inzaghi should stay. I think he's fantastic. I think we've got enough seeing. And this is what I get with, because I don't know, Igal, with you, genuine question, whether you are just being this, I've got to be positive, I've got to be behind it, I truly believe this is a thing. Or if you just feel like if you started to now go against it, then you believe perhaps you'd be a bad fan or might be looked at differently or people might give you shite for it. Because that's where I'm at, Miguel. I'm not saying you're fake or anything like that, so please don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying, do you truly believe that there is nobody better out there? Could you not see a future without Mikel Arteta right now?
1 second. In no way am I saying there is nobody better out there, but I'm saying I don't view Arteta as the main issue. I think Arteta has been the solution to majority of our problems. I think Arteta is the reason why this team is challenging for the league. I think Arteta is the reason why players like Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, Saliba, Gabriel have taken the strides to get to the level that they're at. I think Arteta is the reason why this team went from being a laughingstock to getting back to where we're getting in the right direction. And I credit him for a lot of the improvements that have happened at Arsenal. Although there's been improvements, yes, we have not won a trophy since the FA Cup. Yes, there has been games where he's messed up and he's lost his games or he's made refereeing decisions. I mean, he's made decisions in game that have cost us. Forget about referees, forget about injuries for a second. He is not faultless, and you could probably get a manager with more experience to come in and maybe they get a better tune out of the side. But I don't think at this moment in time, Arteta leaving and another manager coming in makes Havertz, makes Jesus, makes Martinelli, makes Trossard start firing at a better clip. I do think some of these guys just are not. They're underperforming right now. Maybe they're in a bad. Maybe they're in a bad sting. But I don't think a manager change goes and takes us from where we are right now to go on to win the league. I still think there needs to be investment in the attack. We've invested in the defense. We've invested in the midfield. We've invested all over the pitch. The one place where we're not heavily invested is in the attack, because we've had the luck of having Saka and Martinelli carry this team for the last couple of years. If he goes and invests in that attack and fixes it up, it could be the icing on the cake, similar to how Liverpool got Van Dijk and Fabinho and Alisson. If we go and get 3 signings this upcoming window that go straight into our first 11 and improve our first 11, a left winger, a forward, and another midfielder, bang, that could take us from where we are to the moon. And I don't think Arteta being sacked today is the best decision, because I'm looking at the grand scheme of everybody else. Everyone else seems to be rebuilding. Everybody else seems to be at the beginning of their projects or coming to an end where they need to refresh, like Man City. And I do think we're still there and thereabouts. And if Saka wasn't injured or Odegaard wasn't injured this season, or we didn't have a stupid sending off here or there, we would still be top of the league, toe to toe with Liverpool. I do think sometimes you guys are so negative. You forget about the games where it was small margins where we dropped points, a sending off here, a stupid penalty in the final decision game versus.
But you see, Gal, where I'm different to you, right, is where I see those small margins. I agree with you about small margins, but I look at the small margins differently. I don't look at the small margins of red cards. I look at the small margin of that red card in that game where Kai Havertz still should have won us the game but fluffed his lines. That's what I look at in the fine margins. I don't look at referee. How can we blame the referee on Sunday? He was on our side. I thought he was playing for Arsenal. He gave us a penalty that was never a penalty, and he sent off Dalot. And this is the thing. We lose that game, and then Arsenal fans are like, "But the ref, I can't use that this time." This is what happens with this fan base, man. Look, let me do some super chats. Before I do that, Matty, let me bring this up, man, because I don't know what this is. Oh, John Cross, really? Wow.
Well, watch this now. Watch this. I did this for a reason. Watch this now. John Cross. Arsenal was such fun to watch for 2 seasons. Then last summer, they signed a workman-like midfielder and a left back who has been injury-prone. They've gone backwards. Arteta has made it all about control rather than flair and excitement. It's dull and not working. Now, that came from John Cross.
Is that because he's not attached to Arsenal anymore?
Yeah, now that came from John Cross. That's why I put it out like that. That came from John Cross. And we all know about John Cross.
Man,
so, I mean, that's rough, man. If John Cross saying that.
I didn't expect to see that from him, bro. I can't even lie, to be fair. It's absolutely mad. Let's bring in some of these super chats, and big up to everyone, man. There's 2,000 in here. It's unbelievable. We've had over 2,000 for the majority of the stream. It's absolutely mad. There's only 584 likes, though, people. So let's get that up to 1,000 likes. Come on. We need to do that. Let's see what subs I'm on now as well, because I need to get to 31K. Let's see what I'm on at the moment. This is updating. I'm only 10 away, people. Come on. 10 of you to hit the subscribe and we hit 31K. Superb. Let's do that now. Let's get these super chats in first of all. There's quite a few that we've got here. Let's go to Kieran. He says, yeah, Igal, City had both De Bruyne and Haaland out last season and still won the league. What was Pep's excuse? They won the league. Ricky says, if we sign Zubimendi with Arteta's pension for changing his big signings position, don't be surprised if Rice is moved to centre-back to replace Saliba. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Sometimes people just say stuff to try to trigger people.
No, well, to be fair, Declan Rice is actually a centre-back playing in midfield. He's actually a centre-back.
He was a centre-back when he come through, to be fair.
Thank you.
Jay says we can't sign him.
What was Gareth Bale in his academy days?
Gareth Bale in his academy days, left back. And guess what? You're comparing Declan Rice to Gareth Bale. You're mad. Count the Champions League. Why are we counting Champions Leagues? Let's do a combined 11, yeah?
You love that video.
Mate, I love that. I love that Igal was never going to let anyone forget that as well. And he's even like, what did I do that for, man? I remember when you said that to me, Igal, you're like, yeah, I agree. That was stupid.
Well, we've all had stinkers, mate. Trust me. He's had a lot this season, yeah? He has been on his... I'm not on his backside this season, yeah? He has dropped some biblical stinkers this season. Anyway, go on, sorry.
Lee, you still think Danny Welbeck's better than Mo Salah?
As an all-round footballer, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I agree with a lot about Lee, but that's the one I can't get behind that, man. But I like
He's a
Salah.
more complete footballer than Mo Salah. Mo Salah's got output. Mo Salah's got more output.
You're not a Mo Salah fan, though, are you, Lee? I like Mo Salah, but you're not a fan, are you?
Bro, people are talking about, oh yeah, he's a Premier League GOAT. Really? Based on what? One trophy, same as Jeffrey Sloop. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, yeah. He scored 100. I did this earlier. Yeah, I had people in my chat earlier very quickly. I'm deflecting. Yeah, Dennis Bergkamp, Cantona, and Zola. Dennis Bergkamp, Zola, Cantona are my favourite three players in the Prem. They scored 216 Premier League goals. Yeah, Mo Salah scored 41 goals less than them in the Prem. Yeah, who's better? Yeah, what are you telling me? If Mohamed Salah scores 42 more goals, he's better than all three of them combined. Get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. The guy's won one Prem.
Can we do something? Can we do something? Who at Arsenal do you actually rate besides Kieran Tierney?
Who at Arsenal do I rate? Saliba, Gabriel. Gabriel's actually turned me around a little bit, to be fair, because that guy is bozo. I called him the bozo gene, yeah? He had a bozo moment the other day. However, that's his first one in how long? Yeah, he's actually been better than Saliba since the World Cup in Qatar. Yeah, Declan Rice is all right. Yeah, but again, he's been crap since April last year. Yeah, other than that, I'm kind of struggling, bruv.
One second. So there's a point. Because Saka also, right?
Yeah, Saka's decent, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, Saka and Ben White before the fact he needed knee surgery and the manager didn't bother.
5. So out of a 25-man squad, so out of 23, 22, whatever match, however
Hart
many
is decent. There's 7.
7.
Raya,
okay.
There's 8. So 8 Wanyeri, there's not Lewis Skelly. So there's what, 11? Nearly half the squad, but the problem is most people don't see that.
Okay.
They see he's slacking off this player.
We got there in the end. So you rate 11 players. So you'd say
yes, have been the rest.
Surely, if even one of those guys gets injured, the drop off is dramatic. You'd say, right?
Yeah, because it sounds like a recruitment issue, and that's why I called the recruitment issue out.
Okay, so then is that on Arteta?
Yeah, because he's part of the management team that recruits players.
Do you think he actually has all the power?
Yeah, which is why everyone think I walked out. That's why. Go on, Kenny. Let Kenny go. Kenny's been peaceful.
Alpha and Omega. Go ahead, Kenny.
Alpha and Omega. Go on, Kenny.
Drop it.
Yes, it does. The thing is, I've been listening to what you said, and some of the stuff has been slanderous. What you said, that we're all not listening to your point, and we all, like I said, we're being negative for not being negative. I'm only negative when there's evidence. I couldn't give a damn about Arteta. I don't care how many kids he's got. I don't care about his missus. It's not personal. I deal with what I see on the pitch. If I don't see good performances, then I call it out. If I don't believe Declan Rice is a number 6, it's not because I don't like Declan Rice, or I jokingly call him Declan English, but Declan Rice is not a top-class number 6. I don't want anyone to tell me any different. He's not on the level of Rodri. He's not on the level of Partey. He's certainly not on the level of Casado, and he certainly isn't on the level.
Are you calling him a bum? Are you calling him a bum?
I'm not calling him a bum. I just said he's not the player that everyone thinks he is. That the £105 million that we spent on him, we spent on a player who's okay as a number 6, is okay as a number 8, can do bits and pieces, but you don't spend £105 million on that sort of player. What's wrong with saying that? What's wrong with saying that?
So should we have let him go to Man City?
What's that?
Should we have let him go to Man City? I'm
not saying that. I'm just saying that the player that we think we're getting is not as good as we think he is. He is not a top-class number 6. The Euro final against Spain told us that. The game against Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals of the Champions League told us everything. So I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say that the manager should be accountable, especially when things go well. He deserves praise, which we're allowed to praise him when things go well. But when things don't go wrong, when he selects the players and he's got total control of the football side of the club, we're not allowed to say anything. Why is that not allowed to happen? Why are we not allowed to say that I didn't agree with the midfield appeal against Man City? I don't rate Moreno. Moreno in big games hasn't showed it. And midfield with Moreno, Odegaard, and Jorginho wasn't good enough to beat Man United. I understand that there's issues regarding rotation. I respect that. But if you think that midfield was good enough to win on Sunday, it wasn't. Jorginho is a player that is a horse's course player. If it's a slow pace in Europe, then I understand you play him. But against in a high-intensity game, Jorginho is not the man. Mourinho has been a disappointment so far, and I have no confidence that he's going to improve next season. I should be allowed to say that. I am only going on the performances. Brighton was a poor performance in the second half. Newcastle was a poor performance where Newcastle were a couple of yards ahead of us. Despite our possession, Newcastle were better us in defence, in midfield, and they're in attack. I should be allowed to say that. And Man United, against 10 men, let's not talk about stuff, being clear of the line. In extra time, Man United were comfortable.
Yep.
Let that sink in. They were comfortable. And when it got to penalties, we all knew that Man United, they had, even though Arsenal had that little huddle and they're all waving their fists and going, come on, let's do it for the cause. You saw the Man United players, they were relaxed. They were basically like, probably felt like lightweights, but lightweights in a good way. Their penalties showed that, the confidence they had in that game. We should be allowed to call it out. The fact is, Arsenal Football Club have been knocked out in 2 tournaments, and both of them were at home. They're at home. A home form used to be, the Emirates should be a fortress. It should be a fortress, and it isn't a fortress. We've even seen this season against Southampton and Leicester City, even though we won, we scraped through. We scored late goals to win these games. We haven't been playing well all season. Our performances against the teams in the bottom half haven't been good enough. And what happens is that when you keep on repeating these mistakes, you keep on repeating these standards, it will come back and bite you. And that's exactly what's happened. Now, so we should be able to say, well, hang on, what's going on? Why are you raising your performance for Man United at home? Why are you raising your performance for Liverpool? Why are you raising your game for Man City and Spurs? But against the teams that win you the league, against where you win the league, what's happening? We've discussed this. It's not anything new. You shouldn't be surprised. I've been on podcasts with you every Tuesday, albeit when you haven't been able to make it because you've got you've got a life. But you've heard me say this. You heard me talk about rotation. You've heard me question Declan Rice's validity as a number 6. You've heard this all the time. You've heard me, criticise Havertz, and you know my opinions to the manager. So I'm not telling you anything new. But one thing that I've always been is fair. I don't care about the manager or not. I just care about performances, and performances have told me that it's not good enough. Declan Rice has been off form this season. So is Kai Havertz. So I don't know what you want me to say. I can't praise something that isn't working. I can't. I want to, but I can't. I've got to be true to myself. And if anyone in the panel want to believe in this nonsense that Declan Rice is top number 6, well, go and look at the video of the Bayern Munich game, home and away. Go and look at the European Championship final, how he got absolutely mullered by Spain's midfield, where he's chasing shadows. Come on, have a look. I'll send you the videos if you want. I've got the tapes. Give me your address. I'll send them to you. You tell me, does that look like a top-class number 6? Please, Caleb, who's saying no ball knowledge. Caleb, you're a pork chop, mate. You ain't got a clue. You're just a fan who thinks that. Mick Arteta made you breakfast. Oh, it's the best breakfast ever because Mick Arteta made it. Get a life, mate. I pay thousands of pounds each season. If I want to say Mick Arteta isn't good enough to be a manager, I can. If you're not happy with it, then I'll send you my address, I'll send you my bank statements, and you pay for my season ticket.
Mic drop.
Wow, mic drop moment, mate. Big up to you,
You know
Kenny.
something? I don't understand the hate for Rice. We spent 100 million.
It's not hate. It's not
I like Declan Rice.
No.
I like Declan Rice. I have no ill will.
I like Declan Rice.
I
don't know why he's saying hate.
He's just been playing out of position. The manager just playing out of position.
What's the hate? I don't make Declan Rice as number 6.
Players can play multiple positions. After listening to everything,
105 million pounds.
I understand why
105 million pounds. You'll basically describe a bits and pieces midfielder. When you pay 105 million pounds, where you look for a number 6, very clear. That's not good enough.
Let me ask this question. Hey, Gal, would you pay $105 million for a tank and put it on a racetrack?
No.
So why you $105 million on a player that you know that play that position?
Okay,
Look,
cool. Mate, go on, mate. Go on.
I was gonna say there comes a point where you have to play. This manager has to start buying players that play the position that we need and stop trying to move people around. Look at Thomas Partey at right back. Look at Thomas Partey at right back. Every time we do that, what happens? We end up drawing or losing the game. Every single time he does it, we either draw or lose.
Stop it. Some of the best managers in the world play players out of position. Don't act like this.
Mikel Arteta's not one of the best managers in the world. That's the point. Would you play Erling Haaland right wing?
Pep plays John Stones in the midfield.
John Stones has got technical ability. Would you play Erling Haaland on the right wing? Because that's where our striker played the other day.
I'm pretty sure Pep played Henry at left wing.
No. We're talking about Thierry Henry. This is Erling Haaland with no tech.
He started on the wing when he started his career.
Thank you.
1 second. You asked me a question. I answered it.
I asked you a question. You diverted to Henry. I was talking about Haaland. Would you play Erling Haaland, who's getting paid about £500,000 a week to score goals, don't get any touches in a game other than if he's tapping it in the penalty box, and he does it well? Would you play him on the right wing?
You want to know something? Let's get back to that.
Yes or no? Come on, answer the question.
This is what you like to do, Lee. You like
no. Again, you just said it's good that players can play in other positions. That's fine. But when it's your marquee signing, which Erling Haaland is, for Man City, when it's our marquee signing, Declan Rice, bro, would you play? Would Pep be stupid enough, to play Erling Haaland right wing?
You want to know something? Probably
answer the question, man. Come on, Gal.
You know it's a no. Gal, you know
you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. But this guy, Lee, this is not Neverland. We don't need to go on side quest every single time we have a topic.
It's not a side quest. I'm asking the question.
It is. How did we go from Declan Rice? How did we go?
Because you said that it's hate number one, which is factually incorrect. It's not. It's an observation. Based on what we've witnessed under this manager with this player, right? Number two. You said, but he can play good players can play in multiple positions. Cool. So your marquee signing is Declan Rice, our marquee signing for our club, right? This guy's played centre back. He's played false nine the other day against Newcastle, hiding behind Tonali. For about 3 minutes straight, mate. We was watching it, and he was asking for the ball, hiding, right? Right? He's played 6 and an 8. Would you play Erling Haaland out of striker position? Yes or no? Because that's their marquee signing. Declan Rice is ours. Would you do that? Okay. You wouldn't, would you? Answer the question. Come on.
You play the players in the position that you deem necessary for that game. If we have Odegaard and we have Thomas Partey who can play as a deep line playmaker, or Jorginho that can play as a deep line playmaker, why not utilize Declan Rice's ability as a runner to be that box-to-box left winger?
Because he ain't got a killer pass.
He doesn't necessarily always need to have every single aspect to the game. You could be a great player and still do a really good job in your position with your abilities that you have.
How about players in their right positions and stop doing all this bullshit?
He does play majority of the players in the right positions.
No, he don't. Lewis Skelly's the number 8 playing at left back.
Only reason why he's playing certain players in certain positions is because he's dealing with an injury issue.
Okay, cool. So why is he playing at left? Why is he playing at left 8 in Lewis Skelly, who was from 5 years old or whatever he was in the academy, playing as an 8 all the way through youth level? Why is he playing him at left back when Tierney's on the bench?
Because his
Kivior and Zinchenko.
1 second. He don't rate Kieran Tierney based on
how he brought the other two.
And Zinchenko, let's be honest, Miles Lewis-Skelly is a better defender than Zinchenko, and he has more legs.
Cool. So why don't he play when Odegaard was out for the 9 games he missed? Why didn't he play Zinchenko in his actual position, which is Odegaard's number 10, which is his actual position?
I'm not in Arteta's head. I don't know all the answers. One thing I will tell you is, though, I feel like when you speak sometimes about some of the topics that we discuss, you are constantly moving. You're constantly moving the argument to another argument to try to deflect.
No, I'm doing a comparison based off of your words.
Let's go back to Declan Rice. My issue with what I found, what Kenny Ken was saying, and some other people are saying, it's almost as if because Declan Rice is not playing as an out-and-out 6, and he's being accommodated to playing different areas, it is a problem, and we should have never paid that kind of money for him. And in my opinion, that's false, because we needed a midfielder of Declan Rice's ability. We needed another person who has legs, who can get up and down the pitch, and also has the quality to do what he can do in numerous positions. His versatility, and also with Partey and Jorginho getting older, How many games did we actually have where he was playing as the 6 and you had Havertz and Odegaard where we were able to play a lot more of an attacking midfield because we released Havertz and Odegaard to do more offensive work and Rice was doing a lot of the sweeping.
You know that Jorginho was
I don't
31
think-
when we signed him,
I
right?
don't think Jorginho or Partey are capable of doing what Declan Rice does right now for Arsenal when it comes to the amount of work that he does off the ball. But what they are capable of doing that he might struggle with.
I've never seen off the ball win a game.
What are you talking about? Did you not see? Do you not see Rodri win a Ballon d'Or? He does a lot of his work off the ball.
No, mate, come on. What are we doing here? Go on, Dan. Carry
Rodri
on.
does a
Because
lot of
otherwise,
his
this will go for another 2 hours, Dan. Me and you need a weekly show, you know. Yeah, I swear, Dan. Yeah, me and you need a weekly show. Yeah, because some of the stuff you say is crazy, and I know it's Dan's show and it's midnight in England. Yeah, right. For Kenny as
I'll
well.
be honest. I don't know if I can handle a week every.
No,
week.
no, because I spit facts. Yeah. You're storm off and
Listen,
saying the interest of time and that.
Let's do these super chats and then we'll close.
I love you, Gal. Real talk. No.
I love you, Gal, as well, man. That's real talk, man. He makes his show so good, man. Jay, we can't sign him now because Sociedad want to keep him until the summer, and we've agreed to it. Apparently,
Okay, stop right there. No, Sociedad ain't agreed to shit. Yeah, it's a buyout clause. Yeah, Sociedad don't get no say in this whatsoever, Jay. Respectfully, yeah, they don't get no say. You agree a deal with a player on personal terms, which we haven't because the story is fabricated anyway. Right? You then say, "Cool, you're ready to come." Sweet. You phone up the FA in Spain and deposit 60 million euro. Yeah, Sociedad have no say in it. We did the same with Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey didn't even say goodbye to Simeone. Didn't say goodbye to the squad. We
it's different when you
money.
activate a release clause, man. When you activate a release clause, their player can do what he wants. Then don't have to worry about the club. No, I agree. Ali D says wages are cleared off from Partey and Jorginho so that we can give Arteta a 20 million contract, right? Ali D, big up, bro. Dell's got a question for you, Igal. Dell says, Igal, do you personally believe Arteta deserves to be in the top 5 highest paid managers in world football? And if yes, why?
I don't really give a shit about his wages.
Well, I do, because it's taken it away from the transfer budget this January.
Listen, Arteta is the reason why we're doing what we're doing. So if it means we have to pay him adequately to keep him fair, I don't want to lose him to Bayern or PSG or some other club.
Do you actually genuinely believe that they want him? Like, real talk?
There's actual facts, Lee. If you look it up right now, you can see links. They actually asked.
There's actual facts, but they're links, so they're rumors. It's not facts.
1 second. Barcelona wanted him. Also,
when
Barcelona wanted him when they sacked Xavi, and Xavi in mid-season said he's leaving. Also, Bayern they took what's it called company, but before they took company, they inquired if they could speak to Arteta. PSG, Arteta used to play for PSG, and PSG after they sacked Tuchel. He was one of the guys. There was, sorry, not Tuchel. After they sacked Poch, he was one of the guys that was linked to PSG.
If he left Arsenal, where would he go? Do you reckon? If he left
Arsenal today, I don't know what top job.
LJ, Levante.
I don't know.
Almeria, Real Sociedad.
I'd say PSG.
One second. One thing you guys don't realize is because Arsenal haven't won the league over the last 2 seasons when we've been competing, people can see the job that Arteta is doing with what he has to his disposal.
So you think he'd go to a top job like PSG or Barcelona?
I think right now with the upcoming managers currently in the game, like the Xavi Alonso's and everything else, I think he's in that bracket. Even though he hasn't won yet, he's still in that bracket.
How's he in that bracket again? Come on, that's like me saying I'm in a fucking 10 out of 10. I'm an underwear model. I'm fucking beautiful. I'm a 10 out of 10. Get out of here.
No, but Lee Gunner, you put yourself in the same bracket as Mr. Beast, I hear.
No, I know. I said in my own head, I believe I'm the best YouTuber. He ain't the best YouTuber, bruv. He ain't the best YouTuber. That's another story. Who's the best YouTuber? What overall? Well, I don't know. I don't really watch much YouTube. Yeah, Dan Potts. Yeah, there we go. Dan Potts.
Dan Potts.
You a gal, because you give us great content, right? Go on, Kenny. Sorry.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that, there's no doubt he's a sort of manager because not because of what he's done. Obviously, they look at the job he's done at Arsenal. Most of the the big names, they're at a retirement stage. Mourinho 61, Ancelotti's 66 this year. So of course you're going to look at a younger manager without a shadow of doubt. And Mikel may be one of those managers. But one thing that you can't take away from, and this is something you never do, Miguel. You think accountability only works one way. That if Arsenal do well, the players never get the credit. It's Mikel. If there's great performances, it's Mikel. If we have a new tactical, development, i.e., set pieces, it's Mikel and Nick.
And when we lose, Kenny, it's the refs.
But when you lose, you can't blame Mikel for Havertz missing a chance.
That is true, Miguel. That is true, Miguel.
Mikel for Maguire, like I said, doing a last-ditch shackle in the last minute. You can't blame Mikel for the poor performances. But he never gets to blame. Why? Why is he not accountable?
Arteta doesn't always get the credit. There's games where Saka single-handedly won us the game, like the Southampton game earlier this season.
Wolves in the first day of the season.
First day of the season, sure. Even though first day of the season is always shaky for everybody. But
it's not, because we always win our first game of the season.
Yeah, regardless, the performance is not always 10 out of 10, your first game of the season. That's my point. As for Mikel Arteta, he gets so much blame that even when we win games...
Not from the media. The only people that called Mikel out are the people on his panel.
Yeah. And you know what,
You
Ago?
said
Yeah,
you actually said it.
You're not the only people. Come on. Ligue 1 has a little bit of a revolution behind him.
No, Ago. Do you know why you said even when we win, he still gets heat, yeah? Do you know why? Because that's what big clubs do, bruv. Yeah? Real Madrid won Ancelotti's sack for getting pammed in the final. He's won 2 trophies this season. He's the most decorated manager in the entire history of that club. He's won more trophies than any manager, And he's managed 50-odd games more than Super Duper Mick at Arsenal and been sacked once already.
We're not Real Madrid.
No, do you know why we're not Real Madrid? Because the fan base, just lap up any old crap, bruv. That's why.
You want to know something? It's not about the fan base.
Are we a big club?
1 second.
Why are we not? No, let me answer, Kenny. Yeah, why are we not Real Madrid? Tell us why. Because we spent them for 12 years.
No, because we're not in a league where only 2 teams win it most of the time.
It's not only 2 teams. 3 teams have won it in the last 4 years, mate. For the last 4 years, Man City have won it.
How many teams have won it over the last decade?
Over the last decade? Probably 4. 3. Yeah, 3
5,
teams.
I think it's 5. Well,
in my lifetime, in my lifetime, I can only think of there's only been 4 or maybe.
Sociedad won it. Sociedad won it.
Sociedad they won the league in the last decade. They won the cup.
No. Sorry, I was meaning.
When did Rafa Benitez win the league with
Valencia? That
was
2004.
2005 and 2006.
So Valencia and all these, they've done it.
That was years ago. But Gal,
last time I can think of somebody that was not Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, or Bayern or Barcelona.
Look at the cup competition.
Yeah, okay. And who's the third biggest club in Spain, Agal? Who's the third biggest? No, Agal. Who's the third biggest club in Spain? Because you're saying it's a 2-team league. Now you've said it's a 3-team league.
Isn't it Deportivo something like that?
Deportivo in the second division, and Charlie Patino's holding bench.
No,
mate.
what's the team? Yeah? What's the team that won the third most trophies?
Bilbao.
Okay, my apologies.
Okay, so Bilbao. So Atleti have been the 4th biggest team in Spain, and they still managed to win a league twice under Simeone.
So why was I thinking Deportivo?
Last season, Bilbao won the Copa del Rey. Yeah, against Mallorca in the final.
Bro,
hold up. No,
you didn't even get my point before.
No, because you said it's a 2-team league. That's factually incorrect. Stop lying.
Let me get to my point, though. My point is, why are we not Real Madrid? You said, why are we not Bayern? Why are we not PSG? Why are we not these teams? Because some of these teams, there's almost like a monopoly over their league. You could be be in debt for years, and Barcelona still find a way to win a league. You could find a way where your team is struggling financially and still win league titles. Lee, as much as you want to big up these teams in Spain, they don't have to go up against five big clubs in the same league.
Okay, perfect. So explain to me then.
Bayern Munich has only had 2 other people who competed with them for the league. And let's be honest, for you to win the league 11 years in a row.
Yep. Tells you nobody else is serious, mate. Yeah, Dortmund send. Oh, yeah, we'll bend over. We'll give you Lewandowski. We'll give you all these players. Yeah, we'll let you. Yeah, they're basically like the yellow Tottenham. Yeah, you can have all of our players. Explain to me then, how Real Madrid in the last decade have won 6 Champions Leagues. Because it's a 2-team league. So how do they keep doing it in Europe then? How have Barcelona still won trophies? How have Betis won trophies? How have Bilbao won trophies? How have Sociedad won trophies? Yeah. How do Valencia still get to finals? How do Alaves get to finals? How do all these shit teams get to finals, bro?
Because
in England they don't.
One thing can be true and another thing can also be true. My point is the Premier League is tougher than La Liga and all these other leagues because there's much more teams.
But in 7 years,
of higher quality. 1 second, there's much more teams of higher quality where Real Madrid don't face as much quality on a week in, week out basis.
Cool. How does Sevilla win over Villarreal then?
Number two, when it comes to Europe, the Spanish teams in Europe do really well, and they translate well in Europe.
Why?
Because but I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly why they're all the best team. But one thing I can tell you is Real Madrid have some of the best players, and with some of the best players,
and they've spent less than us in 12 years.
Bro, Real Madrid and Arsenal are not in the same conversation. Yes, we consider ourselves a big club. 1 second. Yes, we consider ourselves. 1 second. Yes, we consider ourselves a big club, but in the grand scheme of Real Madrid and Arsenal, there's a golfing class. We are not in the same category, bro.
What about here? What about in England?
What about Leicester City and Arsenal?
The reason why we're not in the same category, you can talk about finances, you can talk about the amount of money they're willing to invest in players, you can talk about the league, you can talk about the quality, you can talk about all these other things, but they're also starting from a position of more strength than Arsenal. Simple.
Yeah, but Igel, you brought Lee was naughty because he brought up European trophies. We're talking about domestically. He's been naughty, and I'll tell him off later. But what my point is, you're talking about all the things. We're the third biggest club in this country, and yet in the last 30 years, we haven't been one of the clubs that have dominated English football. Man United did it in 32. Why not? Why can't we talk about domestically?
You're pointing your finger.
Oh, sorry. Who's pointing their finger? Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean. Sorry. I apologise. I really apologise. Sorry, I really apologise.
You did it. You didn't know you did it, kid. It was funny.
No, sometimes I have handmates. I'm doing it again. Let me cross my arms. Let me cross my arms. All I'm trying to say, Gal, is that we're talking about domestically, and domestically, therein lies a problem. We haven't won the title for 21 years, and that in itself is a disgrace. When we've been strong in the last 2 years, this Man City side that won the treble was not a Man City side on the levels of the 2018 and 2019 side. They were beatable, and we fell at the last hole. We bottled it. Last season, whether you like it or not, it was in our hands after we drew with Man City on the 31st of March 2024. We had the superior goal difference, but when we played Aston Villa at home, not at Villa Park, at home, Fortress Emirates, we lost and handed the title to Man City on the plate. So we have, all I'm saying is that there's times when we've dropped the ball. And a big club like Arsenal, our trophy return, especially domestically, is abysmal. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming Arteta for this, because Arsene Wenger needs to, go in the dock as well, because he went 9 years without winning the trophy. But I'm seeing patterns repeat itself. We're now going to be in our 5th year. Then we're going to could get in our 6th and 7th year. Where is the cutoff point where we look at ourselves and say, look, we're the third biggest club in the country. The manager's had, between £700 million and £800 million to spend. This season, we are not in a title race, in my opinion. I think it's going to get to a situation where if Liverpool get their act together, they may win it probably early May, the way it's looking to me, which means that's another year without trophies. We're not winning the Champions League. And in the 6th year and the 7th year, we've got to look at the situation and say, look, Mikel, thanks for everything you've done, but we're looking at your achievements. We're thinking, right, the gap between challenging and winning, getting over the line is becoming like night and day. And it's too big of a gap. We've got to look elsewhere and get the man who can get us over the line. There's no disgrace, but Arsenal Football Club has to be winning trophies. We have to be winning the league eventually. And if Mikel can't do it, then we have to look elsewhere. It's not personal, it's football. Doesn't matter what he did to get us there. There's many a manager who've taken clubs to the cusp of winning trophies, and it's always someone else will get the credit. Look at Bill Shankly. Everyone knows what he built at Liverpool, but Bud Paisley is the one who won most of the trophies in that 8-year period. Liverpool became a machine under Bob Paisley. Look what happened with Ranieri. He got Chelsea second. Chelsea, finished runners-up to the Invincibles. It took Mourinho to teach them how to be winners. They won the league in 05 and 06 before he self-destructed. But that started a dynasty of football dominance in London for Chelsea. And all I'm trying to say that sometimes the man who built the blocks, maybe not the man who can get the silverware. And Arteta is looking like that season after season. And sometimes you've got to cut the cord, I think. But that's up to you. That's your decision. It's your fan base. I don't pay for your season ticket. I don't pay for your membership. It's up to you. I don't agree with you, and you don't agree with me. And that's fine.
Let's do these super chats and close, because otherwise we'll be here for another 2 hours.
Do a 9 hour, Dan. Come on, no work rate.
Oh, what you did the other day? Was it 8 or 9 hours you went for?
I need my beauty sleep, Lee.
8:57. It went like that, but I'll shut up and let you go, Dan.
Lee, at that point, you're no longer talking about football. You're just chilling, right?
No, we were talking about football. But do you know what it is?
unbelievable.
Because I had so many people coming on, and then I was going to eat as well, because I'd done the watch along with Matty, fan cams. I did about 14 hours that day. People were bamboozled that I can stream for that long. Bro, some people work a day shift like that. Yeah, I'm sitting talking about football in a chair.
That is a long time, man. But big up to you for it. PSV says 5 years, 700 million spent, 30 signings, 1 FA Cup. Wenger never had 700 over his career. He won 3 FA Cups in his last 5 years. Arteta's done nothing, but he's backed for what? Wenger was run out for doing better. I did this on my fan cam. I think I said it on one of the fan cams. I've done so much content, I can't bloody remember what it was. In the last 5 years of Wenger, when we were handing him out, we did better than this. Very bizarre. Wicked Dub says 800 million plus and nothing, and Gal defends Arteta an excuse. Wow, Arsenal fans are in a sad state. When you do that, you're brainwashed, bro. Badly, just rinsed out clean. Don't come to okay, let's calm.
Come on, don't be like that. Listen, no matter what a gal says, don't be a dickhead in the chat. Whether you're paying for it or not, don't take the piss in it. He's come on, he's given up 2 hours of his time, man. Come on, let's not take
100%. Well said.
100%.
Unknown says big up Southern Gooner. Saying
only us can criticise a girl. You lot can't.
We needed to deal in the now, not next season, not next year, which has gotten this club nowhere. Yeah, a lot of people are frustrated because we're talking about next season already. Jimmy Jam says, I want to agree with Gal, but for me, it's fitness. Why can't they stay on the pitch more than 2 games? This team is good if healthy. I actually think, you're right. We've got our best 11 out there. We've proven we can beat some teams, but right now we don't have the squad when they get injured. Suj, come on, people. There's 2K here, and we haven't hit 1,000 likes. Have we hit 1,000 likes yet? Have we hit 1,000 likes yet? No, we still haven't. Come on, people. Let's get up to it. Can anyone see Arteta making a tactical change? Gabriel Magalhaes for the new number 9. Calafiori, the new centre back.
No.
Gabriel
Imagine
the
that.
new number 9.
Imagine Calafiori at centre back. The guy can't defend, bruv. That is literally the worst money we've spent that summer. I don't know who's worse, him or Marino, but I think he is. He'll be back at FC Como.
I'm starting to wonder if he'd be.
Can I agree with you guys for once? Yeah, the summer was shit.
Hey.
Yes, come on. Hey. We need the party poppers.
But also, Gabriel Magalhaes at striker. If we brought Inzaghi in, he would be playing all our players everywhere.
Bro, if you see how many defenders we have, right, and watching Inzaghi teams, which I'm sure you guys do, bro, he's got Lautaro Martinez up front with Thuram, 2 of the scrubbiest strikers in world football, and he still wins.
He has centre backs crossing in the ball to centre backs to get headers in open.
He's got DeMarcos, that guy is so cold, Bastoni is so good. That other scrub, who's the other scrub he's got? Looks like Leao. What's his name? That centre back. He's shit, that guy.
But if Arteta implements
his centre back.
Dumfries.
No, the other is centre back. He's crap, bro.
If Arteta implemented
Bissek, he's shit. Sorry again.
If Arteta implemented overlapping centre backs and had Gabriel and Saliba overlapping our wingers, and them getting in attacking thirds, we would just be too exposed defensively, don't you think?
Yeah, but guess what? This is why you go and get Michel Sanchez or Xavi Alonso, who can actually do it properly.
Well, there we go. Canaris says, I'd rather watch Wenger ball than this. At least we were exciting. Brian says 2 things can be true. Arteta's improved us to a challenging team, but he's not good enough to get us over the line. Do you know what? At least a sensible super chat. That is a very sensible,
Facts.
Brian. Very, very, very sensible. Well done for challenging
And
us.
I would
We got
say,
this
I
in
would
the
say
plan.
we were 1 kick away from winning the league. So I believe he
We
can
were
do it.
1 kick away from
Well,
winning the
it
league.
was more than that, Gal, but okay.
One
Lil Tim,
versus
Kenny experienced Cesc leaving because no
Please.
trophies to
Oh,
leave.
Here we
Right.
go. Here we
Right,
go.
don't
Here we
start
go.
it.
Here
This
we go.
guy's a
Here we
serial
go.
rattler. Leave Kenny alone, man. Don't get on this cess talking. It seems
Don't
so
get him
ridiculous.
twisted. Don't get him,
Man.
don't get him annoyed. Next
Oh,
year is a
Vanguard.
World Cup year. No
Mate.
player will want to sit on the bench. Ten Hag spent the same money and got smacked in the media even after winning 2 trophies. Wow. The difference with Ten Hag was he wasn't challenging, but
Ten Hag spent more money than Arteta in 2 years than Arteta spent in his first
Yeah, and
4.
guess what? He's won double the trophies, mate, in half the time.
He's still shit, bro, and you'd be losing your
Yeah,
mind.
he's shit. They're both shit. But guess what? He's won 2 trophies.
Man United made decision and
He made 3
League
finals.
League
He made
talk
3
about-
finals, by the way. 3 finals, by the way.
Lee, you talk about standards, but you'd rather have a team that's sitting in 13th in the league. That's
Yeah,
winning
because league position don't count.
He just wants
unless-
trophies,
nobody
man.
cares,
He just
bro.
wants trophies.
Unless you
That's
win
all.
it, who cares?
If you would rather have be in, I'm not even going to do this. It's going to be another
Again, we finished
let's
what,
not,
10th,
let's not,
12th
let's not.
when we won the double in '93, the cup double. Nobody cared about it.
I
mate.
just
We
say
won 2
this.
cups.
I'll say this. People this weekend were complaining. If you look all over YouTube, they were saying, I can't believe we lost to a team that was in 13-14 play
We're 10
so-
men.
with 10
There
men.
we
We
go.
lost on penalties. That shit
Yeah,
happened.
after our captain
Loss
missed
is
a
a loss.
penalty.
Yeah, a loss is a loss. Whether you do it in the 90th minute or in extra time or penalty kick, a loss is a loss.
Technically, in 90 minutes, it's a draw.
Oh, dude, get him out of here.
Bring back Golden Goal. How about that? We need to bring back Golden Goal.
No, just bring.
Tapas Willis says you could all learn anything from Miguel, real fan, above and beyond.
Yeah.
KCT says define success. If it's not trophies, raise your standards. Katumba says if we change a coach, Lee and Co will mourn still. I think they
No,
mean
Yeah,
no,
no. Go on, Kenny. You go first, and I'll mud him.
Yeah, but Phil Katuba, it's not you're actually 100% right. And the reason why we would moan is because at the end of the day, we got to get away from the situation where you give managers unlimited time, limitless time. And basically you've got to get yourself to a situation where you have to be accountable and act like a big club. So you are right. We will moan if the standards are not right. But if the manager is, like a winning manager and brings the, like I said, the league to us or wins the Champions League, then we'll hold him to that standard. The reason why we're having a go at Mikel Arteta is because he's got us challenging and we're holding him to those standards. And
and I'm holding the standards of what we've grown up on,
right.
Kenny. Kenny, you've seen more trophies than me, 'cause you're a bit older than me, yeah? And 10 above me. So you've seen the double in 71. Yeah?
I was born a year after. I was born a year after.
No, I know. I was winding you up. Hook, line, and sinker. No, but the point is, he is right. Because we've understood and understand, which is why when people sit there and say, we'll never be Real Madrid, we'll never be Bayern Munich. Yeah, because do you know what? They spot a dud quick and get rid of them. Chelsea are getting rid of Disasi. We're hanging on to Kivior, by the way. Yeah, we're hanging on to Kivior. How much did they pay for Disasi? Yeah, and this is the point. You bring a manager in, they're paid employees. When a guy was sitting there saying earlier about, oh yeah, if with this left back don't work, we're going to get another one. Cool. Well, if the manager don't work, go and get another one, mate. They keep going until you find one that wins. Yes, you might go backwards, but you keep finding one until you win. They're paid employees. Real Madrid sacked Lopetegui after 14 games, mate.
But you don't want to do that for players that you don't deem fit enough.
No, I do, because I want half of this squad out, as we went through earlier. I only like 11 of the players, bro.
Fair enough.
Lawrence says Herbert Chapman must be turning in his grave at the way the Cronkies and Arteta are dragging his club back to the days when he was shit under Wenger. Big up to Lawrence. London Low says Rice was voted the second best player in the Premier League last year by fellow players. Clearly, others in the Premier League do rate him. Hasn't been good 2024. Look, I like Rice. I don't want to be allowing this podcast to be like the Rice slander, because we're not slandering him. We're just suggesting that the position he's playing under Mikel at times has not really been great, and the role he's being asked is basically be a jack of all trades, master of none. That's my brutal, honest opinion of Rice this season. That's all I'm saying. Lawrence, anyone who still believes in Arteta and his process is a plastic, deluded ostrich who knows sweet FA about our club. Tell us how you really feel, Lawrence. Tell us how you really feel. This fan base, Eagle included, we are about to start searching for your house to house to see your families.
I don't know what the fuck he's waffling
What
about,
is
brother.
this
What
one
are you,
here? I
Yeah,
don't know what that
ignore
is.
it real quick.
Hey,
Brother,
you
what the
paid-
fuck are you
paid-
talking
paid
about?
his money, you've got to read it out, you know?
you don't have
Yeah,
to read it out. You don't have to read them
bizarre.
out. I had somebody slagging rants off her. Or who was it? Like somebody
Fair
slagging,
enough, yeah.
yeah, slacking off rants in my chat the other day. He weren't even on the show. And I didn't even read it. Fuck him.
There we go.
Yeah, you slag my guests off. You ain't getting read out, mate. Simple as that.
Caleb said, Ken, I agreed with your point. Wasn't talking to you. Oh, there we go. Kanara says, if we needed a box-to-box midfielder, why did we buy Marino? Facts. Absolute
The
facts.
dual king that nobody
Absolutely
ever
crazy.
watched, Dan, but I did, and I told him he was shit. Yeah, and they all played. Oh, he's going to unlock Martinelli. How's that
guys,
going?
why can't we sign? He's a squad player. He doesn't have to be a game changer.
So we done 35 million quid with 1 year left, gave him 120 grand a week to sit on the bench and come in every now and again. What a waste of
Basically,
money.
we should have kept El Neni on a free. I'd rather have kept him than this.
Yeah,
Marino.
at least
you're
El
lying
Nenny's
to
got
yourself.
athleticism, Dan.
Dan, come on, you're better than that. El Neni.
Yeah, at least he's got athleticism. When did
You know
El
what?
Nenny ever let us down?
El Neni's an honest player, mate. He weren't trying to be
El
Fabregas. I don't know
Neni-
what this
El Neni
Marino's
was
trying
wrong.
to be.
El
Yeah, he
Neni
played
was
within
wrong.
it. He played within his skill.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
yeah,
saying
he knew his
played-
limitations,
You
mate.
guys do
We should
this
have
thing
got
where
better.
it's like,
I didn't want El Neni or Chaka, but we should have upgraded both. We
All right, that's a
upgraded
great comment
either.
from Adam as well. Tillerman's on a free, bruv.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Tillerman's on a. We should have gone and got Ross Barkley as well, by the way, 5 mil. Yeah, we are talking about Marino for 35 mil sitting on the bench. Ross Barkley's better than
Lee,
him.
what happened to your standards?
Well, Ross Barkley's better than him.
Again, we're about to find out on Saturday.
Next,
when we play.
next you're gonna say let's shop in the championship.
Say it one more time.
Yeah.
Kenny. Say it one more time, Kenny.
We're playing Aston Villa, so we're about to find out if they're, what sort of forces they're going to play against us. We'll
Tillemans
find
and
out.
Barkley, are they better than our midfield? I reckon they probably bloody are.
Hey,
Can't
John,
believe
John
what
I'd rather
McGinn.
have-
John McGinn. John McGinn.
John
Yeah.
McGinn.
imagine
Can't believe
imagine
what
we
Gal
signed
said
Onana
about-
from Everton. That guy, he's looking like shit right now.
Yeah, and he's still better than Marino.
Can't believe it, Gal. Bayern Munich wanting Arteta. Gal, leave me your phone number. I know a bloke who wants to sell you Brooklyn Bridge. Canaris said it, Gal, before Stock came to Liverpool. Did you rate him? There are better managers out there that can take us over the line. That's a really good point, by the way, because when Klopp was leaving, people are making out like Klopp was easier to replace than Arteta. This is what I don't get.
Have Liverpool won the league yet? Guys, stop it. The league is won
Yeah,
in
no,
May.
but
You
your
keep telling me
metric was we're third
it's
in the Champions
January.
League, third in the league. That was your metric
Oh my
earlier.
God.
No, hold up. No, hold up. Your metric earlier that you said was we're third in the Champions League, right? Yeah, we're third in the league. Yeah, well, Liverpool are top of the Champions League, conceded 1 goal, mate. Yeah, they're top of the Premier League. They're 7 points clear of Arsenal, right? And they're still in the
What's that? What's
FA
that?
Cup, and they're still in the League Cup, and they're only 1-0 down. They got top Spurs at home, right?
What's
so
this here?
they
What's
can
he
still
doing?
turn that around. So on your metric that you
what's-
used
what's that?
earlier,
What's
they're
that?
in
What's
more
that?
competitions than us with a manager deemed worse than us.
Little House of Perry. Little House of Perry.
Kenny, you crazy.
Don't you remember Little House on the Prairie? You look like one of the girls in Little House on the Prairie.
You guys, this is my little voice.
Oh,
Love
sorry.
it, man. Love
Oh,
it.
sorry.
No, I love it. I love it. That's class. Gal, who's better, Slot or Arteta? Oh, that rhymes.
Arteta.
Okay, fair enough. Football Heritage TV. Make sure you're subscribing to Sava, man. Sorry, but Gal, it's getting ridiculous. Premier League has been won by City 6 years and 8, and in that time, 3 Spanish teams have won the La Liga. So please watch other leagues. It's getting so silly. And the last super chat we've got tonight is: would fans with higher standards get Ipswich to a Champions League? I
No.
don't think so, man. Ipswich, unless Ipswich are taken over, I don't think that's going to happen.
Unless Lee
Listen,
Gunner
people-
runs the club.
Yeah, listen, I really like McKenna, by the way, but I just hope the Ipswich stay up because I've got a little bit of a soft
Ask Lee
spot for
Gunner.
Ipswich.
Lee Gunner, do you think if Ipswich had a bunch of fans like you, they would get to the Champions League?
No, but I'll tell you one thing, yeah, because they're not serious, bruv. Yeah, look at their weight, look at their spend in the summer. I'll tell you a club who was serious and everyone laughed at them and told me, yeah, told Matty, told Kenny, told Dan, all of a sudden, anybody else, Brandon, yeah, Nottingham Forest. Oh, this is not Football Manager. Well, it was because they got 20 odd players out in one summer, got another 20 odd in. The following summer, they got about another 15 out and another 15 in, took a points deduction, stayed up, and now they're above us.
And
Yeah,
they got
with a manager
who
that you
knows
never
what to do.
wanted.
Season,
Yeah, with a manager that you never wanted. Yeah. And he had Wolves in Europa League. He had Tottenham top when we were bottom, first time ever in English football history. Yeah. Got sacked, went to Saudi, won 2 titles back to back, by the way, against the Saudi version of Real Madrid, Al Hilal. Yeah. Got sacked from there. and then come back, saved Nottingham Forest. Now he's above us, and he's won more games than Arteta this season in the league.
Big up the Highbury squad.
Big up, Sophie. Big up, Soph. ZJX says, realistically, what happens first? Arteta walks or he gets sacked. No trust in this club.
Arteta would walk because
He won't. He won't.
Arteta would walk before
He
he
won't.
gets sacked because that would mean the club would not have given him the right tools, and it's getting to a point where it's unsustainable and he'll leave.
Do you guys think we would have won?
Why do you think the club are not bending over for this guy? He's got Josh Kroenke in his back pocket, bruv.
No, it's not that he's got Josh Kroenke in his back pocket. It's that they believe he is building a team, and things are not linear.
Okay, so you think he would leave because they didn't give him the right tools then?
Please let me finish.
But they believe in him. Make your mind up.
Let me finish my point. Football, not everything is linear. You don't always go perfectly improving every single time to finally go and win the league. What's going to happen is, say Liverpool do win the league this year, and then next year we go get Zubimendi, we go get an attacking player, we go get a left winger. Bukayo Saka doesn't get injured for the whole season. Odegaard doesn't get injured again, and we we rinse everybody in the league. Then what are you going to say? Oh, you know what? Maybe then it was stupid to say sack Arteta every single game. Maybe
okay, so we're working on if, buts, and maybes. Yeah?
What about last year? What about the year before that?
You know something? You can't look back.
Wait, Egal.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah?
Then.
Don't go nowhere because
let's talk about last year then.
Because we were told when we ball the title, wait next year. Get to the next year, wait to the next year. Get to this year. We 10 out of 10 transfer window, wait next year.
I'm not saying wait till next year.
Not January. Hey, we need to start wait next year.
What's wrong with my voice? I'm not saying wait till next year. I'm saying get. I don't know.
We're gonna have a box set. Arsenal's gonna have
a biblical stinker and hook together.
We're gonna have a box set that said we're gonna come out with a box set that say next season.
One second. This season
Patrice Evra's already done it. This
season is still salvageable. Also, not only is this season still salvageable, you can also still continue to kick on from here. Why are we acting like this Liverpool team is invincible? Man United is ready to compete. Liverpool are going to.
I'll tell you why, Gail. Because they've won a title since we have.
No, but you know something?
And they won a Champions League.
One second. From your perspective, Liverpool have had more failure than us recently.
No, they won a trophy last season. What are you talking about?
Based on the fact that they've challenged for the league. They challenge for the league every single year, pretty
much. Why do you guys do this, Agal? Yeah, real talk. Answer me this. I know Dan wants to rap and he's wanted to for about an hour, yeah. Right, but real talk. Answer me this. Why do you guys that back this manager, always look at league position as a barometer to judge the manager?
That's one of the metrics that shows where you are actually at. The league position doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Lie. Sheffield United, yes, it does. Yes, it does. The league table does lie. The league table does lie, Agal. Yeah,
Kenny,
the league table does lie.
You gotta go, bro.
Hey guys, I'll speak to you guys. Thanks for having me. Agal, I love you loads, and I love podding with you. I really do enjoy it. Not because I do love debating you, and you do get me juices flowing. Indoors.
Wait, hard Paul.
Hey, yo, Kenny.
Hey, the biblical Paul.
I'm having a mate. I've got to get out of here. See you later, Agal.
Love Kenny. Love
biblical Paul.
No, Agal, the league table does lie. The league table does lie. It does. Yeah, Man United finished second, yeah, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Were they the second best team in the league that season? No, they were not. They finished third under Ten Hag. Were they the best team? Third best team? No, they were not. Yeah, we've seen Tottenham. Yeah, we've seen other teams. We've seen all the way through our history of watching football. The league table does lie. It does. Bro, Celta Vigo were top of the table, yeah, after about 8-9 games in Spain this season. They were not the best team in Spain, and their performances were shit.
You know, this is why when you look at the Carabao Cup, and I'm gonna go back to this Carabao Cup. This is why it's so important to win. You have to have a foundation of winning somewhere, Egal, so that the players can look at have a reference to say, you know what, we've won something. This is why even we go even back to the year we bought the title. This is why I was pulling for the team to win the title, because you got to have something. If they got to have a reference to say that we can get over the line. The more and more they keep failing, people are going to start looking around and saying, you know what, I can't get it done here. Dan brings it up. I know Curtis brings it up all the time. When RBP left, when all our older players left, when all these players
why
left.
are you obsessed with people leaving?
Because every player that leaves fucking wins. Marquinhos won in Brazil last season.
Hold on, Lee. This is why I'm glad I'm here with you. How many players have walked away from the Toronto Raptors because they can't win a championship? How many times have y'all turned around here and brought in top tier talent? How many times has the Toronto Maple Leafs brought in top tier talent and they have left to go other places? How many times has the Blue Jays have had players leave, go to other teams because they can't get anybody to come up there and play? Why? People want to win, Igel. Nobody wants to get up, go play for 100 and some odd days a year, and then go up there just to come in third place. No absolute athlete wants to play just to play. They want to play to win. They want to play to win.
Guess what? The player could want to leave, but we currently have a certain player that you're talking about under a 2-year deal. We currently have a lot of these players tied up in deals that we've recently given them new contracts. So at this moment in time, I'm not concerned about players leaving. Now, the fact that it snows in Toronto and it's minus 40 wind chill, of course, fucking all these guys from the States in Florida and California.
You got that's irrelevant. If you want to go North American sport, wait. If you want to go North American sport, then why are the Green Bay Packers? Why are the Green Bay Packers so successful as NFL franchise? Why are the Green Bay Packers so successful at different? Why are the Baltimore Ravens get ready to go get on their way, marching probably towards the Super Bowl? All these cold climate places. It's about success. People want to win.
Do you want to talk about the Cronkies then? Because the Cronkies for the LA Rams, what have they done? They've gone and invested heavily to go win that Super Bowl. They also went this past summer.
What did they do? Whoa, go back, baby. Stop. What did they do? Say that again. Say that again. Say it again.
One-way conversation.
Say it again. You said they did what? What did the Rams do?
The Cronkies invested heavily to
y'all hear that?
Super Bowl. Then they also went and they drafted well. They went and rebuilt their whole defensive line. In what do you call it? In the NFL, they did that. In hockey, they went and got the right players. They got some free agents, and they won over there. I don't think that these guys don't want to win. I think Arsenal's ownership wants to win. I think Arsenal's ownership Arsenal have been headed in the right direction. We've been heading in the right trajectory. I think the fact that fans are upset and have unrest has to do more with the 20 years rather than the actual performances week in, week out. Now, when it comes to current results, as much as everyone's upset and angry and disillusioned and upset about the season, we are currently still in a situation where we're touching distance from the league. From the position we're currently in, it's not ridiculous from Arsenal to go on to win the league. But unfortunately, we have Bukayo Saka injured, and it's tough with the attacking options we currently have. We need to go and get better attacking options. If we do that this window, we can still kick on. And all the stuff you're saying about players leaving is bullshit right now. Because nobody's leaving when the window. Nobody's leaving in the January window.
Chesney came out of retirement and won a trophy.
Nobody's leaving in the summer. You guys love to talk about Arsenal not. Matt specifically.
Giroud won the league last season. By the way.
You love to talk about.
I tell you what. Don't be surprised. Let's watch it now. Don't be surprised if Real Madrid get low down and just submit a bid just for the hell of it in order to go get kicked back.
Bro, if they submit a bid, 120 million minimum before you come talk.
You think where's that? You think we're gonna?
They're talking like Real Madrid scared of that, bro. They be like, what?
Bro, there's no money.
You guys are actually crazy because they didn't want to pay that money for Kylian Mbappe. They signed him on a free.
If Saliba came out if Saliba came out himself and said that he wants to be the best to win trophies, what is he telling you?
If Real Madrid do come for Saliba, it's going to be at the end of his contract, and then at that point he'll end up leaving on a free, and we're fucked.
No, it's not.
Right now, at this moment in time, I don't have any worries about any of our players leaving. I think majority of them are believing in the manager. I believe the people in the club believe in the manager and that we're heading in the right direction. And what tells me that is we've faced so much adversity. You guys are telling me every single player in the squad is shit, and we're still 4 points off the top of Liverpool, who are playing their best football in damn near a decade.
You know, Real Madrid have made a profit in the last 5 years, right?
That's irrelevant, Lee Gunner. Why do you keep mentioning irrelevant points? You do this every single show.
No, because you said no, because you just said, and let me land the point without cutting me off, yeah? Right? Real Madrid's transfer spend net, yeah? Right? 2025, yeah, minus 33 million. Yeah, 2024 last summer, 132 million. The season before, they made a profit of 12 mil. The season before, 47 mil. 2021, they made a profit of 108 million. Total over the last 5 seasons, summers, the Januaries, they've made 1.85 million pound profit on transfers. Yeah. So when you're saying, oh, if they come in, it's 120 million, Matty said, oh, yeah, they can drop that like that. No, they'll go for the last minute. No, if Real Madrid want to drop 120 on Saliba, they can drop it, bruv. Yeah, whether they decide to or not is irrelevant. However, we've heard Saliba come out multiple times, and now he's shoehorning Gabriel Magalhaes into the conversation, by the way. Yeah, which game was that? Was it Brighton or Bournemouth or Newcastle? Yeah, a few games ago. He said, well, for us to be considered great in what we do as a partnership, we have to win stuff. Me and Gabriel Magalhaes. He's down to the last 2 years of his contract this summer, by the way. Yeah. You think we're getting 120 when he's got 2 years left? He can sit there and go, nah, bollocks, I'll wait another year.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, that's my point. So Madrid could finesse him up like... Miguel, let me finish, please. Let me go, Miguel, please. So they could drop the money right now if they want to. Yeah, and if you think that they drop 120, yeah, which they ain't dumb enough to do anyway, Arsenal are accepting because it's 120. Do you think Arsenal are going to go and replace him? They wanted Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro had 1 year left on... No, listen to me. No, just listen. Whether we like or think he's a good player or not, it's irrelevant, yeah? They wanted Lenny Yoro. He was down to the last year of his contract in the summer. They said, right, well, we ain't paying for you, yeah? If you want to come, yeah, long your contract out like Mbappe did, yeah, and we'll get you for free. Yeah, Lille sporting director said, whoa, you are going fucking out of here, bruv, because you ain't running your contract out and you're in the reserves. That's how you get a player out that wants to leave. Yeah, after he says, yeah, cool, I want to go Madrid. But Madrid go, no, you can go for free. That club said, no, we're not getting no money for you, mate. That's why he went to Man United. Real Madrid didn't want to pay for him, bro. Yeah, they wanted him for free. However, that scenario could happen with Saliba. So they could make him go, yeah, just long him out. Because obviously there's a tournament coming up, yeah, in the summer. Yeah, the Club World Cup. Yeah, I know he's not part of it because we never qualified. However, do you not think he's in group chats with Camavinga, who's 22 years old, by the way, who's won it all? Yeah, do you not think he's in group chats with Mbappe and all these other people, Vinny Jr. and all these man? Do you not think these men are doing this? These men are going, yo, come to Madrid. Yeah, Trent, why do you think his eyes turned? Yeah, whether he leaves or not is irrelevant. The fact is, his head is currently not there in Liverpool 100%. Why? Because he's got...
not always greener.
The grass isn't always greener. However, if you go to Madrid, it's definitely greener, bruv.
No, look at Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe has scored in 3 finals since he's been there, and he's won 2 of them. He's been there how long?
And he's been embarrassed by Barcelona numerous times.
Yeah, no, twice. And guess what? However, he has scored in 3 finals out of 3. They've won 2 of them. He's won more trophies since he's been at Madrid since the summer. No, wait.
The League Cup.
No, hold up. How do you qualify for the Intercontinental Cup, which is the former Club World Cup? Oh, you have to win the Champions League. How do you qualify for the Super Coppa, UEFA Super Cup? Oh, you have to win the Champions League. So they qualified by winning shit. He scored in 2 finals. He scored in the Super Coppa at the weekend. They got panned. However,
the Super Coppa is the equivalent to the Premier League's version of the Community Shield.
No, it's not. It's the equivalent of the League Cup.
Let's let Dan go to sleep, y'all.
Yeah, Dan wants to go, man. Like, but real talk, Miguel, it's the League Cup in Spain. It's 4 teams. It's played on professional rules, not friendly rules. Yeah, there's 4 teams, not 2. Yeah, and it's the 4 best teams. It's the league winner, the runner-up. It's the Copa del Rey winner and the runner-up. In ours, we got in via the back door, winning fuck all. Yeah, and guess what? That's because Man City did a treble. It's played on professional rules. It's not on friendly rules. If you get a red card in the Community Shield, it don't carry over domestically. In Spain, you get a red card in that, it carries over.
Every year from now to the rest of the time.
I couldn't care less about a dinner plate that the dog's licking fucking food off of, bruv. Yeah, the audacity to put a dog in a photo with that plate next to it, yeah, is embarrassing. Yeah, this club stinks, mate.
You know something, Lee, that's irrelevant. If there's a
It is
dog,
irrelevant. However,
we
the
could
point was which we're
have a
diverting
cat.
now.
I don't care.
I'll tell you what is relevant. Dan, congratulations on 31,000, brother.
Cheers, bro. I appreciate that, man. No, thank you all so much. Really.
Right, is this your
This has
longest
been
ever
a
stream, Dan?
lit stream.
Yo, can I say something?
Longest ever. Most
Yeah.
probably one of the most views. I think I've only been beat once by this so far, so that's unbelievable.
What was the
you
live
guys have
viewers?
been amazing. Say again.
What was the live viewers at?
At one stage 2.3k, or 2.4k,
Come on.
which is
Big
mad.
up. People just want to
so,
hear
yeah.
carnage at this point. We're not that bad. Calm down.
Nah, listen, big up to every single one of you. Big up for
Big up,
everyone for
bro.
the super chats, man. An unbelievable amount of super chats, unbelievable amount of people. Thank you all so much for 31k. Hit the like and subscribe, people. Make sure you're following Southern Gooner, Igal Talks Football, and of course Lee Gunner and Lee Reacts. Make sure you're following Kenny Ken as well, and make sure you're scanning the QR code to join us at our live event at the Hippodrome Casino on the 24th of January. We'd love to see as many of you there as possible, so please make sure that you are doing that. The link's in the description to join up for the Eventbrite as well. There'll be a lot of people there that you know. The whole of this is London panel will be there. Sophie Nicolau here from Highbury School. We've got lead judges in the house as well. So please make sure you come and meet and greet us. It'll be amazing to see you there. It's going to be a great night. So I hope that you'll all be there to join us. We are finally going to wrap up. Thank you all so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to join you.
You're an
all
amateur, Dan. 9 hours, bruv.
I know, man. Come on. Now I'm doing nearly 3
Hey,
hours.
we lose that game tomorrow. He'll do 9 hours.
I will, man. I will. Trust me.
You're in the
Trust me.
game, right? Are you going?
Yeah, I'm going, bro. Yeah, I'll be there. If I'm honest, I might have to be sedated the way things are going at Arsenal tomorrow.
Right, that's like our forward, mate. He walks around like he's fucking tranquilized. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking.
Just quickly,
No, but guys,
prediction
surely we
prediction
win
from tomorrow.
tomorrow.
What are you saying? What are you saying, Matty? Prediction?
Much as I hate to say it, I think it's a 1-1 draw tomorrow.
Yeah, I think 1-1 as well. Igal?
1-0. 1-0.
1-0 Arsenal. Okay. Guns?
1-1. And again, yeah, just to let you know, right, you said 1-0, your prediction. Yeah, we drew 1-1 at the weekend, according to you, even though we got knocked out, but the full time, cool. Yeah, out of the last 31 games we have played in all competitions, we have scored 1 or less goals in 14 of them. That's nearly half the games we've only scored 1 or less, 1 or 0. But anyway.
So do you want me to give you a fun fact about Tottenham also?
Yeah, they create chances even when they're shit.
Arsenal are undefeated in our last 10 Premier League matches. Interesting.
I'll give you another fun fact about Tottenham. Brendan Johnson scored more Premier League goals this season than Bukayo
Arsenal
Saka.
have seen over 2.5 goals
There
in our last 5 games in all competitions.
There
Arsenal have scored at least 2 goals in our last 5 home games against Spurs.
Y'all
No reason not to win, man.
We gotta get y'all. We gotta get a show. Y'all two gotta get a show, man.
Yeah, we gotta get a show,
Yeah,
man.
you need to, man. It's unbelievable. This is every week. It's mad. You need to, Guns. You need to hook me up with DJB, man, as well, because I need to speak to this guy, man, because he goes to the game. So I need to make.
If he's cool, I'll text you his number right now, and vice versa.
Man. Legend, man.
If he's cool with that, DJ, text me, bro.
Man. Love DJB, man. He talks sense. Listen, big up, people. That's us. I'll be back tomorrow. Game tomorrow, North London derby. Let's hope. Let's just hope that we can actually get a win here and try and cheer some of us up. Big up to every single one of you. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. We're out of here.
Cronky out.
Cheers.